It is what's up? It is episode 250. That's right, episode 250, y'all. We back at it again. Another Saturday, another milestone. Well, what's going on today? I tell you, last week it was a lot of ups. This week it's a lot of outs. Okay, Devontae Adams is wore out. Brett Favre, he figured out. Tua gets sold out. NBA Media Day fallout. Georgia Tech cleans out and then reaches out. Lonzo Ball is just out. DeAndre and Monty, hopefully they air it out. Ben Simmons speaks out. Judge hits out. Some more home runs. Should it be revered or just remembered? College and NFL predictions are picked out. The Braves report is given out. Falcons roll out. Steelers just get out. And now we ask that you hear us out as we talk it out on all of the above. Episode 250 begins.
Can't hear you, Mike.
We're coming to you live. Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Shouty. Wow. Rev is coming to you live from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, and Armani is live wherever his parents live. Never come to give you real sports talk, because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, Coach, and Armani for episode 250 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, we're going to turn our numbers attention to Coach Patrick Thomas to give us something or someone related to the numbers 2, 5, and 0. What you got for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody, on this beautiful Saturday in the ATL. My man today is going to be a man that you all should know from one of the best defenses in the NFL history. He played on that defense. He was a linebacker. He was a fierce competitor. He had no regard for any offensive player sanity or life. He popped them good. Wasn't a good coach, but hey, work on that. He is number 50. His name is Mike Singletary, and he was a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. Number 50, great player. So coach, Mike Singletary.
Michael Singletary from that bad Bears defense. Legendary under Buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
Get out, Vernon Davis. Get off my field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He proved the point. I don't care how much you get paid. I don't care if you're the star of the team. I'm gonna put you not out. I'm not just gonna take you out the game. I'm gonna put you off the sidelines. That was legendary.
Everything.
That was legendary. That was legendary. Indeed. That was legendary. How you gentlemen doing?
Cool.
Y'all doing all right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
All right. Armani, where the parents live?
In Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, you're in North Carolina. Okay. All right. And that's not y'all grand piano in the background, is it? Can you hear me?
I don't know why. I don't know why they won't get it fixed. I've been telling them to get that thing fixed for like 6 weeks now. They ain't got it fixed yet.
All right, man.
We didn't even know it was broke. You should have just played it off. It said, "Yeah, Red, that's my piano. I'm gonna do a duet later on, dog." Here you go talking about it need to get fixed. Way to bring your whole parents' piano down, man.
They know it's true. They know it's true.
Right,
I hope they hear me. I hope about
Rev, our money's real answer is yes, Rev. I'm about to give a recital later on. Come on through, big dog, and hear my music.
All right, gentlemen. Let's say what's up to Reverend Night Nation real quickly. Good morning to you, Brother Harry. The VP is in the building. Brother Vincent Woodruff slamming down the gavel to begin another fire session of the Red and Red Sports Show. Let go. All right. And then the VP said, following up with Red Road's theme about Reverend Night Nation is about to ball out. We hear you, Brother VP.
That's right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all telling me I was muted. Trying to get back in the saddle. Sister Dana Brick is checking in from these Coatesville streets. She's walking, tuning in. We'll keep her on task. That's what's up. Get that work out on. And Brother Joe Black, what's going on in Jacksonville? I'm sure it's a lot warmer where you are than it is where I am. Brother Rosser, good morning, good person. Glad to have you. Brother Harry is representing the ATL. Coach, the VP coming to get you. Coach needs to rehearse that intro, Rev. I'm going to put some dollars together to get that tutorial.
Oh, boy. I'm glad you spelled all the words.
Is it that bad, VP? Is it that bad? Lord have mercy.
It is.
All right. The president is chiming in. He says, good morning, gentlemen, checking in from the midget hurdle meet in California. They'll be running in short heat. Armani, are you sure you're not at the Death Valley, California meet?
Nah, I ain't there. I'm definitely not there. You can't leave me. You gonna leave me alone, man.
Mike Singletary's beetle eyes was scary, for sure. And he said he humbled the fuzz out of Vernon Davis. I loved him for that. The president chimes in after his coaching career. Singletary ended up. Y'all do remember, did y'all remember that little that team that from that league that started up in Atlanta that was like that lost, that canceled the season while they were in season?
The Alliance League or something. The
Vic played at Georgia State. It was like
Vic the one where Vic was coaching or had a team in it or something.
No, it was another one where they played their home game. The Atlanta team played their home games at Georgia State.
Oh, okay.
You remember that league that just went under during the season?
I know what you're talking about.
Somebody from Reverend Night Nation probably can remember.
I thought it was the Alliance League, right?
No, it was a different name than the Alliance.
Oh, okay.
League. But anyway, Mike Singletary coached in that league as well. That's the spirit of why I brought it up. The Butler is about to bring Armani a spot of T-shirt. I'm all about good midget tossing competition. Oh, there you got to go bring up Joe Black. Joe Black's still in exile. Joe Black, I'll be here with you on my other screens so that you're not alone. Y'all showing Joe Black some. I'm telling you, Joe, one of these days I'm going to find out how to unblock you on Facebook, man. I apologize, man. All right. Nevertheless, gentlemen, let's jump right into it. Y'all know how we do it. We jump into our dope, nope, and cope segment of the show. All right. So we're going to get ready to start with Coach. Coach, what you got?
All right. There's a lot to choose from. My dope moment is for Arch Manning, the son of Cooper Manning, who broke his uncle's records for high school football this past week. So I'm gonna give a dope out to young Arch Manning, who broke his uncle's Peyton and Eli's records in Louisiana high school football.
One dope moment for Brother Arch. Oh, yeah. Red, what are you doping on, man?
I'm doping on my Braves being honored at the White House earlier this week. What a proud moment for Atlanta sports. You know, we don't get to celebrate too many championships in this town. As a matter of fact, the last time we was invited to the White House, it was the same team, but it was just over 25 years earlier with the 95 championship team. So it was good to see another Atlanta team. Well, Cobb counted. Well, it was good to see another local team being honored at our nation's capital. Like I say, Atlanta really doesn't get too many chances to celebrate them, so we got to celebrate the few world champions that we do get, and to hear Joe Biden pretending like he was a Braves fan. We all know some sports nut gave Joe Biden that information right before the Braves got there. Okay, here you go, Mr. President. Now remember, they was in a pennant race. They made a big trade in the middle of the season, and all of those pieces they traded for helped them get to the World Series. Don't forget to say that, okay? And boy, he said it word for word. So thank you, Mr. President, for listening to your sports expert. And thank you to the White House for honoring my team at the White House this week. World champion Atlanta Braves. Woo!
All right. Greg gave us a documentary of what took place in D.C. All right. Here we go. What are you doping on, Armani?
I'm doping on one Drake London leading all receivers in pretty much every category. Touchdowns, receiving yards. Yeah. Dope to Drake London, man. Hey, keep doing your thing, young buck. You're looking like what pick that we have? I think number 7 pick that we picked you up in. So you definitely looking like a top 10 pick, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Falcons, keep trying to make a way to win. Let's go.
All right, Armani. Good deal, brother.
I tell you what, was it dope? Armani's Wi-Fi coverage.
All right, let me tell you what I'm doping on real quickly. I'm doping on Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners, hitting the very first walk-off home run to clinch a playoff berth in Major League Baseball history, sending the Seattle Mariners to the playoffs for the first time in over 2 decades, ending the longest playoff drought in Major League Baseball at this time. So big ups to Cal Raleigh and the Seattle Mariners.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
All right, Red, what are you noping on?
I'm noping on the Chargers, man. Look, every year we go into the season, or not every year, but every year people think that the Chargers have a good team. They go into the season every year hyping the Chargers up. Chargers this, Chargers that. Is all I heard in the offseason. Chargers going to be one of the top teams in the division. Ooh, you can't mess with Justin Herbert. Oh, they got all these pieces, this, that, and the other. And then we get to the regular season, and it's disappointment after disappointment, bad loss after bad loss, and crazy injury after crazy injury. Oh, was that used up all my time? Oh, okay. Well, no on the Chargers for being so hyped up, and then when the season starts, it's just the same old Chargers.
Oh. All right.
No.
All right, Damani, what are you noping on, sir?
I am noping on one University of Texas football. I mean, Texas. How do y'all go from almost beating the number 2 team in the country and then losing to Texas Tech? Not only that, y'all messed up my NCAA pick'ems. Come on, Texas. Come on now. I mean, you almost beat the number 2 team. Go down, get down 14 points, and then you try to make a comeback, but at the end you ended up losing. So I mean, everybody keeps saying Texas is back. Texas is back. No, they're not. They're the same old Texas we've been seeing for the past 5-6 years. Ain't nothing changed really. Yeah, they might have gave us a scare on the at the Alabama game, but same old Texas losing unranked teams. Same old.
Wait, you the one that was saying they were back. You the one that was saying they were back.
All right, gentlemen.
Had me fooled.
Yeah.
This one hurts me, but I'm going to note on my quarterback, Patrick Mahomes.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Choosing Trash Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts. I just didn't see that happening. I know some unfortunate things took place, which caused the Colts to wind up winning this game. One of the defensive linemen got a stupid, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That's the real note.
Which allowed the Colts to continue their possession when they were through, when 4th down They weren't successful with their fourth down. This hurts me big time to have to hear about Trash Ryan beating Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna be big enough to acknowledge when my quarterback falls short.
Rev, you have to be that humble because I knew you were gonna go there with your note. Nigga, I was gonna nope on Chris Jones, and I thought you should have noped on Chris Jones. He the reason they lost the game, Rev. And I don't even know what he said.
They still shouldn't have been in that position to even be one possession away.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. Travis Kelce messed up when he dropped that touchdown.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Coach, what you noping on, man?
My note moment goes to soccer fans at a game in against Brazil. I forgot the name of the country who they were playing, but these two black guys combined to score a goal. And in true soccer fashion, well, not true soccer fashion, but racist soccer fashion, they threw bananas on the field. I'm like,
oh man,
can you get any more stupider than that? But they do that overseas in those soccer games. So, I mean, it's not nothing new, but they didn't catch the people, which I'm shocked at how you don't see them throwing bananas on the field. But, yeah, that racism overseas, boy, for blacks playing soccer is ridiculous. That's my note moment.
Yeah, that's a sad one right there. All right, man, jump in there. Give us your coat moment.
This is a future coat. I will be coping with the Clemson fans later on tonight, probably around midnight. Because NC State is about to give y'all an upset. I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. I'm tired of Clemson fans. I'm tired of Clemson. I'm tired of the quarterback. I'm tired of Dabo Sweeney, his racist. Anyway, we're about to get upset tonight. I'm almost 80% sure it's going to be an upset tonight. So I'm going to be coping with all y'all fans. It's okay. It's okay.
This may be the first and last future cope we may have experienced. So you better hope NC State wins or you will not be allowed to get a future cope.
Well, then, he won't be allowed, and he gonna be crying like he was crying about Texas this week. He gonna be crying about NC State next week.
Yeah, I think he hadn't done his homework, but
you know they at home, right, Dante? I mean, Armani. You know they at home.
It don't matter.
Oh, okay.
We'll move on. We'll
see what happens when we get to the pick.
Boston College almost beat him at home last year.
Hey, we still on Don't Know Cope. We'll get to it just a moment.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Right,
I am coping on the fact that Brian Snicker continues to allow Braves fans' blood pressure to go up by putting Kenley Jansen in the game to put the bases loaded, to give up runs. You name the scenario, he's done it. Will you put Iglesias as the closer? Please, please, please. Or our season is going to blow up. Gracious. That's my cope moment. Coach, what are you coping on, sir?
I'm coping on College Game Day and the health of Lee Corso. He's out today again, and it's almost like a Dickie V thing going wrong. They keep trotting these guys, elderly guys that have been around there for a long time, keep trotting them out there in the situations, and their health might not be as good. So I'm calling for them to give Lee Corso a break for a minute because we don't want anything unfortunate to happen to the man. He keeps coming out there and get all fired up, and that might not be good for him right now. So I'm coping on Lee Corso.
So, Coach, when we start hearing you slip on the show, we got to let you go since you want Lee go.
Yeah, that hurts right there, Red. See, you know what? I have a comeback coming up later on today. I'm going to end all this regulatory unnecessary talk. And if Reverend Nation, if any of you Reverend Nation say a joke about that, you will be banned.
Here you go. They fired him up now.
Yeah. Now you just guarantee they're gonna say something
Yeah,
now.
it's too late. Yeah.
Now you done fired him up. Red, go ahead on, give your coat, man.
Okay. I'm coping with the NFL is gonna be coping with their Samsung subscription being canceled with all these tablets being broken this season by players and coaches. I mean, Lord have mercy, what is going on? You got Tom Brady breaking tablets on the sideline. You got the Bills coach up in the booth breaking and slamming tablets on the sideline. I'm looking at my tablet right now, and I'd be heartbroken if somebody slammed it and broke it on the ground. And these guys just slamming and breaking tablets like it ain't nothing. Hey, can we respect the electronics, please? Give Samsung a break, dog. NFL, we know you got money out the wazoo, but man, how much money y'all spending on tablets and electronics every week? Because these guys just can't control their emotions. Oh, it makes me sick to see all these electronics get broken.
Why Kid Dorsey wasn't that fired up when he was playing?
No diggity, no doubt. Tom Brady, the main culprit.
Yeah, if I was Samsung, I wouldn't give him another phone or a tablet.
Yeah, man.
Just put the protective case on it.
He's just gone nuts, man, with all these breaking the tablets and stuff like that. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Revenite Nation doping.
All right, Coach, get ready.
Yeah, Coach, you open Pandora's box now. So
it's okay. I ain't worried about it.
We're about to see some epic ones soon. I can feel it in my sports spirit. It was called the Spring League. No, what? That league right called the Spring League.
That was called the Spring League.
Oh, man. All right. Oh my goodness. There we go. Doping on the Eagles beating Carson Wentz. Okay. All right. I ain't gonna take that dope away from you, Miss.
Hey man, they looking good.
Okay. I'm not gonna say nothing. Here we go. Doping. The VP doping on Middle Tennessee State beat Miami, but their coach took to the mic like a G. He said that Miami paid them $1.5 million to play, but they only had 1.6 per carry. Wow.
Whoa. That's what I'm talking about, Coach.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to ring the bell to have the Wi-Fi.
You heard me earlier, Vince. I was getting on with this scratched up Wi-Fi earlier.
That's what we're doing? All right.
In addition to doping on the Eagles, she's doping on football and basketball season. What is a girl going to do? Woo-hoo. The president is doping on Roger Maris Jr., saying what we are thinking Judge is the true home run king season. The president also said, did y'all know that Drake was defended by Michael Jackson? Joe Black is doping on the Jacksonville Jaguars, doing good finally. Doug Peterson, Dougie P, the one
I called it.
That the Eagles let go. He's showing that it wasn't all about Frank Wright when he was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. So let's see. The VP said the LA, San Diego's, San Fernando Chargers can't blame this on Anthony Lynn. That's for sure. The president said dope Dusty Baker becoming the only third manager to win 100 games in the AL and NL. And if the Braves don't win, I'm going to be pushing. If they get knocked out of the playoffs, I'm going to be pushing for the Astros because I hate to see Dusty do all this good work but never come up with the chip. All right. Noping on the Dolphins. That's it. Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. Texas had a hangover when they lost to the Red Raiders. All right.
I don't want to hear that.
Joe Black, Mariota fumbling like he's Matt Ryan. Yeah, that's a bad note. Mariota got them bad hands, even though he's doing a better job quarterbacking the Falcons.
He is. You got to hold on that ball, though. You got to hold on that ball.
For sure. The VP said Nathaniel Pete fumbling the ball at the 1 yard line against Auburn. Bruh.
Oh, yeah. I still didn't see that play. Man, I need to go back and look at that play.
Yeah. You're right. Any given Sunday or Thursday. That's true. Thank you for that lesson, Sister Dana.
Dana is bringing that historic facts today, Miss Brookers.
Typical behavior, though, Coach. Dang shame. They didn't catch the banana throwing culprits. BYU basketball officials must be doing it. Sounds about white.
It was probably some BYU alumni doing it.
All right. I guess Sister Brickus has made her walking this morning a sports topic. She says she's coping, not putting on her gloves while walking. All right. We got you. Armani Nostradamus with the future coat.
We gonna see.
What? As much as some tried to the guy trying to gather investors to get an NHL franchise in Atlanta, stop, no, and don't. We lost 2 NHL franchises and a minor league team. We have the Atlanta Gladiators. Leave it on your back. Hockey and Atlanta just don't mix.
They trying to bring the NHL back to Atlanta.
That's what the president talked about.
Oh my God. Hey, I'm with you, Thomas. They done tried it so many times. Just give it up.
Give it up, man. It's a wrap.
We ain't got no hockey fans in town. This ATL. We don't like hockey down here.
Sister Breakers, nope. That Rev is waiting for Eagles to make the playoffs before saying Jalen Hurts at least held his own. Indeed.
I don't know if Rev waiting for the Eagles to win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts before he called them his all. Ain't that right, Rev?
You got it. I seen what it looks like. Getting ready to overpay a quarterback and your team becomes trash. I saw it in Atlanta. Lord knows I want to hear it, see it.
But they got a chance though. But yeah, y'all got to win. Y'all got to win it all, Miss Brickers, before Rev jump on board like that now.
Because that Eagles team is dangerous.
Oh, they are a contender now. So Rev, they got a chance. Rev, they got a chance.
All right, listen. I'm gonna just say it this way. Even though we're supposed to be on this, I'm gonna say it this way. When they beat a quarterback who's going to be playing in either January or February, let's get excited.
Okay.
Okay. We're raving about a team that's beaten Carson Wentz, Kirk Cousins, and my man in Detroit, Jared Goff.
Yep.
Okay. I see your point.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see your point.
Let's slow down until they beat, a solid. The defense shuts down.
You want to see them beat a solid contender.
None of them teams gonna be playing worth nothing. So that's why I'm not ready to get so excited, because what will like the last 2 games, we're not gonna make this about the Eagles. Last 2 games, they didn't even score a point in the second half. Can they do that against
somebody else? Somebody was saying that they had some second half mishaps. I didn't know exactly what they were talking about.
Yeah, it just depends. It depends. They might be able to, because that defense is for sure. I mean,
hold on, Armani. Again, they play against Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, and Carson Wentz. Let's slow down. All right, let's move on. Hold my popcorn jokes in 3, 2, 1. This is about Coach threatening Revenant Nation. Coach having to hear about doctors who can't tell the difference between a concussion and back problems. Yeah, that's a problem. BP said, hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more. Hit the road, coach, and don't come back no more. What you say? All right. Tom Brady needs a personal tough book. Red Rose, those are business expenses. The team should find the player. Samsung is winning because they can use the footage to show durable their tablets can be. Vince said the Spring League was an American football developmental league scouting event that played from 2017. So it was American football. I think it wasn't called the Spring League, but I think it was called the American League. Yeah, founded by Brian Wood, aimed at professional athletes, but not paying a salary or expenses. The league's goal was to serve an instruction. Okay, thank you for giving us that history. I think that's the league. It was called the Alliance. Yes.
Yeah. I said there's something about Alliance.
You're right. There it is. Vince, that's not the right one.
I wasn't sure if we were talking about the same league. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, where he coached Memphis. Yep. That's the one.
Didn't Vic have a team in that one? Or wasn't he coaching a team?
Yeah, he was coaching Memphis, Singletary.
Right. Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, we're on the same page then.
Yeah, really. You done made your workout a sports topic this morning. Red, I actually like hockey, but I'm originally from DC. Go Bruins.
Exactly. That's awesome. Atlanta's. Ain't nobody in Atlanta playing hockey down here. I can't think of one park in Metro Atlanta that will offer pee-wee hockey or, rec league hockey. Rev, you know any place in Atlanta where you can go play hockey?
Unless you go somewhere in like Duluth.
Yeah.
And that's like 40 minutes outside of Atlanta.
I mean, the parents driving it. Unless you just live out there, ain't nobody. Like this, if you live over here with me and Rev on our side of town, well, where Rev used to live, Southwest Atlanta. I mean, in Southwest Atlanta, parents are driving to Duluth.
You heard that joke by Chris Rock? He said blacks won't start dominating hockey until they start making a hockey rink.
It is cold in there.
Yeah, there you go, Sister Dan. Like Mahomes, you got it. When they start beating the Mahomes, the Allens of the world, then I'll start paying attention.
Kelly Collins from your hair appointment today.
Until then, I'll try to just be satisfied with getting y'all out of church before 1 o'clock so y'all can see your Eagles. Until then, that's all I got for you. Hey, Kelly Cal. You ain't got no noise for Coach over there?
See, there you go starting something. Here we go. I knew you gonna say something.
Oh, yeah. So that's why Kelly on so early. I forgot. She got in Coach Butt last week.
Yeah. Coach waiting for you, Kelly Cal.
No, I'm not. I ain't saying a word.
Oh, man.
Hey, Kelly, what you going to do when Dion leave for your other team?
We got to get that heat to Coach. Coach was feeling real good. He called me up. The score was like 14.
Dion not going to Georgia Tech.
Oh, you are celebrating at 14-7.
And then that score, I was like, Coach, you better be careful. They about to hang 60 on you. That thing got out of hand quick. Look, Kelly said, I was trying to be cordial.
All right, Kelly.
No. Kelly's Jackson State team whooped up on Coach's alma mater last week. It was about to get ugly. She had hashtag JSU by 40.
Kelly, stick around because we're gonna be talking about your other toilet bowl team soon. And just so happen that conversation might connect with your second team. So we might talk about both of your teams in one topic, Kelly. I hope you're around, or let me guess, you got a pedicure appointment soon, right?
See.
Kelly said, join the movement, Coach.
And the only movement they're going to have is in the bathroom. Don't worry about it. We got something.
Coach got Falcon real quick. Yeah,
no, not the Falcon.
He got Falcon. All right, Reverend Knight Nation. Let's jump in here because we got to make sure we get these NFL picks before Armani has to get up out of here. Because he has a problem texting in his pick, so that's why we need to get him on the air.
I don't have no problem, Rev.
All right, she said there is nothing wrong with the little pampering.
Yeah. Hey, Dion gonna be getting pampered too to come to Tech, so you better watch out, Kelly. But don't worry, Tech is your second team, so you still won't be escaping Dion, Kelly. So either way it goes, he'll be your coach, okay?
All right, gentlemen. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's talk about Georgia Tech right before we talk about picks, and then
they'll find the money.
Georgia Tech finally pulls a plug off Jeffrey Collins, and also the AD who hired him. Let me just say this. Let me ask you a question. Was it fair or foul?
Oh God, really?
Was it fair or foul?
Thank you, Real, for that question. Now I can really get on them.
Who wants at it first?
Go ahead, Armani.
I'll go first. So, I mean, because Georgia Tech is such a school.
Hold on. Your internet. Hold on, Armani. Your internet connection is foul right now.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
You got to strengthen your connection. Go ahead, Greg. We'll come back to you, Armani. Go ahead, Red.
Okay. Excuse me, y'all. This was completely fair, real, fair as it can be. I mean, somebody told me the other day that Jeff Collins been at Tech for 4 seasons. Man, it's been that long? Because I could have sworn he got hired yesterday. But man, if it's been 4 seasons, dude, and I know Tech ain't done nothing in the past 4 years, okay? I swear, didn't they lose to the Citadel last year? Or is that where he came from, the Citadel?
No, he came from Temple.
Oh, it came too. So they lost to the Citadel. Okay. Dude, you have been having bad loss after bad loss after bad loss since you got here. You have been picking sorry player after sorry player after sorry player since you got here. I can't think of any Georgia Tech players who don't got drafted to the NFL. Honestly, since Calvin Johnson. I'm sure I'm missing a player or two. Maybe one or two don't went to the NFL, but really, where are the Georgia Tech players going to the NFL? Where are the wins in the ACC, man? You have been you were in too good a conference, man. You were in too big of a town to just keep having these incompetent games, these trash games, and these awful results, man. I'm sorry. This is Georgia Tech. Now I know me and Rev clown Georgia Tech, but I'm sorry. This is still one of the best institutions in this country. This is still. But before, back in the day, had a real respectable athletic program. I mean, every year you were in an NCAA tournament. And periodically, your football team would be good. It wouldn't be just trash year after year after year. I mean, your AD got let go too. Why? Because like I said, it's been a while since you've even been in the NCAA tournament. That's not Georgia Tech. Even if you suck in football, you still supposed to be doing it in basketball. So cleaning house was completely fair. I mean, like I say, me and Rev been clowning Tech since we started Rev and Rev show. So that let you know it's been time for a change at Georgia Tech. Now, yeah, us UGA fans like the job been on the downside, but hey, still, Georgia Tech, you are in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a big time town. You ain't Georgia State. You have tradition, okay? Georgia State is building their tradition. Your tradition was already cemented. And you're looking bad, okay? You're not honoring your tradition, okay? So, yes, it was time for a move. You got to get the right coach, the right athletic director, and you got to start recruiting some doggone talented players, okay? So, hopefully, clean the house. Sorry, y'all. Catching my voice this morning. But hopefully, this move will change things. Hopefully, you'll get the right AD who knows how to go out and find the right voice to lead this program, and hopefully that voice and that leadership will get the right players in. But it was past time for a change at Tech. And sorry, Jeff Collins, you had to fall on the sword. But dude, you look at your record, look at your results. You can't say you're surprised, and nobody can say that the athletic director being let go is a surprise. We just surprised it didn't happen earlier. So Tech, thank you. Thank you for finally deciding to change things. And boy, because my UGA, we need some local competition. I mean, it just get to the point where we just pencil in a Georgia Tech game as a win. We don't even have to worry about that one. So we'll see, Tech. But step one started with what you did this week. Hello? I'm done.
Armani, jump in there.
All right, can y'all hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, we got you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we good.
Jump in.
All right. So I mean, Georgia Tech. It's self-explanatory. You cannot be in the state of Georgia and have these roots in your backyard and not be, at least a team. Back in the day.
All right, Armani, we're gonna have to mute you, man. You speaking in internet tongues. We can't interpret it. Let's see. Let's give you one more time. Try it again.
How about now?
All right, go quickly.
Okay, so like I said, self-explanatory. You got to get recruits in. You got to be able to compete in the state of Georgia. So 4 years and you still can't get the job done. You can't compete with Georgia. You can barely compete with Georgia State. So I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. He deserved to get fired. AD deserved to get fired. I mean, the AD deserved to get fired because you can't do that. I mean, you can't bring in a coach and then he has 4 losing seasons. So you got to do better. You got to do better. This is the state of Georgia. University of Georgia is up in Athens, 3 hours away from you. You're in the backyard of a lot of talented athletes in Atlanta. So I really don't understand what the problem is. Like I said, Georgia Tech used to be a powerhouse. Now there's nothing. Just a prestigious engineering school. And I get it, it's hard to get in there, but hey.
Look, Kelly says she thinks they're trying to look for players with 4.0s. I doubt that seriously.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Coach, jump in there. Was his firing fair or foul?
Well, you look at Georgia Tech, being one of the highest ranked institutions in America, I know for the state of Georgia, they put out engineers, teachers, lawyers, and everything. Their academics are second to none in Georgia. I mean, it's hard to beat them. You can't beat them for academic excellence.
That's all you got?
What I was supposed to say something else?
You can't beat them for academic excellence.
I thought I didn't even know that was the end of your statement. You just
I thought you were gonna talk about the coaching and
my bad. Those two coaches had to go by.
the athletic director coach. What about him?
Him too.
Okay.
So initially,
Coach is still thinking about that loss to Jackson State.
No, that had nothing to do with it. What good I'm gonna say about Georgia Tech football? You need me to go on and on and on.
Well, let me say this. Initially, I thought it might have been a little foul because the man came after Paul Johnson, who was running that dinosauric offense.
Yeah, the great.
And it was going to take at least 2 to 3 years to get some quality personnel to compete in 21st century football. So initially, I was going to say foul when you think about it from that context. But then he had at least 2 good years where you should see some signs from your juniors and your seniors who he recruited to say that we're making some progress. You can't sell progress when you're losing to the Citadel and you're constantly losing against teams that are not even in Power 5 conferences. And one of the things that was very telling, there was a tweet where it said, former Georgia and Miami head coach Mark Richt won more home games on Georgia Tech's field than Collins did in 4 years. And Mark Richt only played on that field every other year as Georgia coach and a couple of years as Miami's coach. That's sickening. That's sad. So you can't really justify that when an opposing coach has more wins on your field than the head coach who's been there for 4 years. So Kelly says it was foul how they executed it, but fair that they did it. So she took issue as the president bringing him in just to fire him.
You can call. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Coach.
You can call him at home, can't you?
Yeah. Well, they just wanted to make they wanted to get some media attention because not much media attention is at Tech these days. Lord Anthony Coke said Georgia Tech would change because they don't want to be left out of the football business, because if they won't, they could be in the AAC or Sun Belt. I would love to see their football and basketball program back on top.
They ain't making no money. You got to make some money. You can't make no money losing every year.
No, Blackhead says the solution just go get Mendenhall. The vice president says Georgia Tech and Notre Dame will always have the same problems finding enough dogs. They have enough SAT, ACT scores. Not going to happen anytime soon. Dang, UGA rules not only the state but the region. So I have nothing for you, Georgia Tech. 1990, cherish that moment. Not going to happen until 2078. And that's a good point that the vice president brings up. The bottom line is Deion is not going to Georgia Tech. He does not want to mess with that Kirby Smart monster in Georgia. Trust me, he doesn't want any part of that, because the top recruits, some may go to Georgia Tech, but not enough of them are going to leave the opportunity to go to Georgia Tech. So that's why I don't think Jackson State has anything to worry about Prime going to Georgia Tech, because where Prime is, he's on pace to be in the conversation once start winning something, to be on like Eddie Robinson's level from Grambling. But I don't think he wants to deal with that Georgia monster. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I mean, it's you either go to one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time, or you go to probably the upcoming, probably going to be soon one of the best coaches to come through NCAA. So I mean, it's hard, but I think Deion, if Deion did go to Tech, he would. I'd give him like 2 or 3 seasons to get his recruiting class together, but they could be compared. They could be better than what they are now. Like I said, I mean, they might not beat Georgia no times next 2-3 years, probably not, but they could compete with them.
What you measured against? At the end of the day, that's what Paul Johnson got run out of town.
I mean, but you got to think about it, Rev. Paul Johnson didn't have a willingness to change. He didn't want to change, and then I think this guy kind of got the aftermath of what Paul Johnson did. It's kind of like he had to come in and fix all the issues. So, I mean, and it's a tough task at Georgia Tech. Again, Georgia Tech, high prestigious school. You got to have you probably got to have a 4.0 to get in there. So.
Nah, you don't have to have 4.0 because I know a couple people that didn't come close to getting 4.0.
Oh, okay.
And one of them was my teammate, no shade. But go ahead.
All right. Well,
and another was my teammate, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly Cowboy had no 4.0. I know better than that. But, you still got to do well. That's the point.
I get it.
Now, I like Dante. I can see Deion in Auburn before I see him at Georgia Tech. Even though the Auburn job is not officially open, but I can see that.
Stay tuned.
Well, I mean, I wish he'd come out and just tell us that he's not going to do it. So we won't keep speculating. Just come on out, Prime, and say, no, I'm not going to Tech. I'm staying. I mean, as long as he keep leaving the option open, and we already know Tech want him. I swear, he's at the top of their list, right? So as long as the option is open, Prime is going to have to shut this down, or either Tech they're going to keep groveling and hoping and begging. They ain't started begging yet, but they still hoping that they can get him over there. And
right.
until he says, no, I'm not coming, or no, I'm staying at Jackson State, or I need total full control. And matter of fact, I need just as much control as I got at Jackson State here. I want the alumni out of it, nobody interfering. This is my program, my baby, all on me. I want everybody else but out, and let me run this. Man, let's Tech gonna do that. Then
but here it is, Red. Let's think about Deion saying that to any Power 5 conference. Who are the boosters mainly made up of, rather?
Alumni.
Nobody looks like Deion.
White rich men.
Yep.
What white rich men gonna sit up there and say you can't butt in? I mean, who gonna listen to Deion say you can't butt in?
Oh, well, then you ain't gonna get no Deion as coach then. So I hope the white boosters are happy. We keep losing year after year because you ain't gonna get the coach you want unless you back off.
Well, the other piece is Georgia Tech got to stop going to these mid-majors. They got Paul Johnson from Georgia Southern. They went and got Collins from Temple. Like, shell up some money if you really want to win.
Yeah.
Pay somebody who's proven if you're truly trying to win. Now, I heard a name that might go there, and some folk may poo-poo on it because he bombed at his last job, and that's Scott Frost that got fired from Nebraska. He might do well at Georgia Tech because he did well in Florida when he was at Central Florida or South Florida, one of the Floridas. But I wouldn't snooze on him because he already has a recruiting base in the South. Okay. It's hard to take that recruiting base in the South and take it all the way to Nebraska. Because who wants to play in Nebraska? Even though that was his college that he went to and played for. So that might be a name that might go far there. Prime isn't going to say anything when the people are guessing he and JSU are still in the conversation. The attention stays on. That's right. That's why that's a good point, Kelly. And that's why to what Reb was saying, he's not going to say anything because he wants, okay, excuse the expression. Deion is a social media whore. He loves the attention.
Yeah.
And this is why he's not going to say anything, because more attention brings more attention to not only him, but to the team that he coaches. White rich men that graduate from Georgia Tech don't even support the Rambling. This one right here, they don't want him. They just don't want him doing what he's doing for HBCUs. That's true. How much can they pay? They paying $32 million to fire coaches. That's a good point. Another name to look is Adam Mullen. Where does he coach, Joe Black? Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen.
Mississippi State, Florida coach. That might be.
He at Florida, ain't he?
Huh?
Dan Mullen at Florida, right?
No,
yeah, he got fired.
Oh, okay. Got fired.
Yep, he got fired. Deion is about endorsing money on the side for himself and his sons. Coke, Delta, Chick-fil-A, Home Depot, and UPS will help Tech get Deion to ATL. The thing that may not get Deion to the ATL is if he thinks his son is going to be a starting QB at a Power 5 conference. Because I heard one report that his son, who's a quarterback for Jackson State, and he are a package deal. I'm not signing up for that package.
I think you saw that on my page.
Is he that? I mean, I haven't watched Jackson State, but is he that bad?
I don't know, but I know a lot of folks laughed when I said he coming.
The question is he that good?
Yeah.
That's more so the question.
Okay, I got you.
I guess not, did they?
Here's a name that they need to look at, though, and I guarantee they give him a look. Todd Monken for Georgia.
If Monken was smart, don't get Monken would be dumb to take that job because he's not going to out recruit.
They gonna throw it at him, I bet.
Well, they can throw it at him, but Monken would be a fool to take that job because he's not going to out recruit Kirby Smart.
Exactly. You're going to be a plum fool. Who in the world going to follow some Todd Monken? What players in this town are going to look at Todd Monken coming in their house and say, oh, okay, I'm going to follow you, Mr. Monken at Tech, and we finna do big things. Yeah, right. Get out of my house, man. Get off my block. Get out.
All right. Let's go, gentlemen. We got to make these picks because the 12 o'clock hour is coming and some games are starting at 12 o'clock that we're about to select. So let's look at the standings real quick. That was a good Georgia Tech conversation. That's about as much as we'll talk about Georgia Tech for the rest of the season. That's for sure. All right. Trying to get on to the next topic. There we go. Let's see where we are. So we're going to be making these NCAA picks. Let's see where we are with the standings. I think Coach is still going to be happy after he looks at this. We got Red 5-1 from last week. He picked up a game with 15-7. Only lost the Wake Forest game last week. I went 4-2.
God, I should have been undefeated.
I'm tied with Red. I lost the Texas and Iowa State. Coach went 4-2. He lost Wake Forest and Arkansas. Armani went 4-2. He lost Arkansas and Texas.
And Wolford, you know what?
All right, so Coach is still in first place by 2 games. Armani is bringing up the rear. He is 5 games behind Coach. All right, so now we see where we are. Let's get ready to do some pick'ems real quickly. Let me get some pick'em music going, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll with some picks. Feel free, Revenite Nation, to pick along with us on today. All right? Here we go.
Johnny.
Let's see. Some folk from Revenite Nation. Georgia Tech clean house by using a rumba. Just like UJ Kirby. Total control Tech will follow. Monken sees that UGA defense every day. He don't want that smoke. He doesn't need the money. He actually cares about what happens to his kids and snatching the 3 kids he has there out of school to go wherever he goes. They are a package deal. Red Road coming out of the gate like a rocket, but ultimately winds up contributing to the GoFundMe loaded. And Tony Jackson better than last year. But yeah, last year I thought Prime should have pulled him. He was fumbling a lot. All right, thank y'all so much. Let's get to these picks, gentlemen. First game, Texas Tech versus Kansas State. Coach, since you're in first place, what you got?
I'm going to ride Tech again. I'm going to stay with them. See what they do. Kansas State might be no, I take that back. Kansas State got Adrian Martinez, who's one of the unknown quarterbacks that can move and score points for teams. I'm going to go with Kansas State. I forgot about Adrian Martinez.
All right, Armani, who you got?
Last week I picked Texas Tech against a top 25 team. I ain't gonna make that mistake no more. I'm gonna go Texas State.
All right, Coach got Kansas State. Armani has Texas Tech. Red, who you got?
I'm gonna stick with Texas Tech. I like that offense. Defense ain't that hot, but I mean Kansas State. I mean, who have they played really this year? They played Oklahoma, a ranked team, and got blown out. So when they didn't get blown out, but they beat Oklahoma. Oh man. Well, I can't change the pick now, can I? So I'm stuck with Texas Tech. I'll go ahead. I'll ride with y'all money. I ain't gonna leave you on the island. Me and our money gonna ride with Texas Tech one more week.
I'm gonna ride with Coach
I'm ready to ride with them last week.
I'm gonna ride with Coach right here. Kansas State. They beat Oklahoma on the road. Surely, I believe they can take care of Texas Tech.
Wait. They beat Oklahoma last week?
Yeah, on the road.
Oklahoma?
I need you to do your research, man. We ain't gonna keep doing this now.
My bad. I'm sorry, Rev. I thought that was my bad. You're right. My bad. I'm sorry.
So you
want to go with K-State on money?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with K-State. I thought that was Kansas.
I'm gonna stick with Texas Tech. I'll stick with Texas Tech just in case it's
bad. I didn't know.
All right, so we got Texas Tech, Kansas State, 3 Kansas State, Red. Because he was riding with Armani, then Armani dipped on him. He's still gonna stay with Texas Tech.
Don't worry, because my girl Rain, she riding with me. Appreciate you, Rain. My girl Allie G from last week, y'all. She riding with me.
Next game, Oklahoma TCU. Who you got, Armani?
Oklahoma coming off a loss. I don't think they're gonna lose this week though. They're looking for revenge. That upset Oklahoma team got a pretty decent quarterback. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma.
All right, Armani got Oklahoma. Who you got, Red?
I guess they lost last week. TCU. I guess being a ranked team, you ain't trying to lose back-to-back games because if you do, you're gonna be out of it. And before you get to the SEC, I assume Oklahoma want to have one more good season. So I'm gonna pick Oklahoma to win this week because if they lose this week, they done. So Oklahoma.
I'm rolling with Oklahoma as well. I'm not impressed by TU's schedule. They've beaten Colorado, Tarleton State, and SMU. None of them are powerhouses. Oklahoma comes off that loss at home to Kansas State. Oklahoma bounces back, wins this game. Who you got, Coach?
Oklahoma.
All right, and the president goes with TCU in the upset. We'll see if he'll be upset with saying upset. All right, here we go. On to the next game. We got Texas A&M and Mississippi State SEC matchup. Red, it's on you. Who you got?
It's on me. Well, let's see. Jimbo came through for me last week. Oh, bless you. Yeah. Jimbo came through for me last week, but Mississippi State at home this week, and I don't trust Jimbo on the road. I mean, he almost lost it last week, but he came through because he was at home. He had that home crowd. He ain't got the home crowd behind him this week. Mississippi State want to make a statement. I am gonna go with the Dak's old team, Mississippi State.
I'm gonna go with Texas A&M. They've already lost a game. They can't afford any more losses. They had a terrible loss, so every game is critical, so they have to be locked in, loaded, ready to play some football. I think Jimbo takes this team to Mississippi State, pulls out the victory. Give me Texas A&M. Who you got, Coach?
A&M.
All right, you ain't giving no commentary. You just giving names.
You just go ahead.
When it's so easy to pick, why give commentary and waste time?
Give us a little commentary, Coach. That's why you're on the show. What you got?
You are college expert.
Yeah.
Okay, Texas A&M, their defense is going to make a statement in this game against Mississippi State. Mississippi State's quarterback is awful, so they ain't going to get exploited. Texas A&M going to win.
Armani, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Texas A&M. I mean, they've been kind of struggling a little bit, but they're good enough to beat Mississippi State.
All right.
Y'all leave me out on the island this week. What?
On to the next game, Oklahoma State and Baylor. I don't trust the coach with the mullet, so I'm going with Baylor. And Baylor cost me a W last week. They went up there and so I'm gonna ride with you, Baylor. Every time I choose you, you lose. But I'm hoping you get me right this week. I'm going with Baylor. Who you got, Coach?
Oklahoma State got to try to justify that number 9 ranking, so I think they're going to take out some punishment on Baylor. Their offense is big time. I'm going with Oklahoma State.
All right, Armani, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State. They just look better on offense than Baylor looks on defense. So I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State.
All right, Red, who you got?
Okay, Rev, I got to leave you out on the island with this one. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State, too. Because I don't know, it's just something about the Baylor's defense. The Baylor been kind of shaky. I know they've been winning some games, but they ain't been the typical Baylor like the Baylor old Oklahoma State. Like Coach said, that offense is out of this world. I think they have enough defense to stop really just unimpressive Baylor team this year so far. Oklahoma State. I'm going to go with the mullet this week.
All right. I'm on an island all by myself. I'm all right with that. On to the next game. Coach, is on you. Wake Forest versus Florida State. Who you got?
Wake Forest, you disappointed me last week. I thought you were gonna get Clemson and take them out.
Baylor had a preaching conference this past week. That's real. That's a good one right there. Go ahead, Coach. Who you got?
Florida State is on fire. And then I found out, I'm going with Florida State because I found out one of my homegirls from Greenville, Mississippi, her son, Trey Benson, is a kick returner and rusher for Florida State. So I'm going to go with Florida State. I didn't know that information.
Now, he actually plays in the game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's big time.
I was about to say, if you sit on the bench, that information don't really help you now. But, okay,
no,
all right, he's playing. Gotcha. Armani, who you got?
I mean, Wake Forest played Clemson amazing last week. I don't know why they dropped all the way to 22, but I mean, that was a great game. That was a great game. Got Clemson down to the wire. Should have beat them, but it's all good. I'm gonna take Clemson to beat Florida State. They are a lot better than Florida State.
So you mean you're gonna take Wake Forest to beat Florida State?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Wake Forest to beat Florida State. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were just predicting Clemson to lose early in the show. Now you're predicting them to beat Florida State.
No, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm going to wait for it.
Go ahead, Red. Before you choose some other team to beat Florida State.
I'm with y'all, money. I'm gonna stay with Wake Forest again because they should have beat Clemson last week if it wasn't for that crazy overtime. And like I say, when you get to overtime, it's always a toss-up. But Wake Forest played pretty good last week. And it's just something about Florida State I just don't trust. Something about this coach, something about this team. And Wake Forest is the one team that can go in there and catch these guys slipping. Their offense is amazing. I'm taking Wake Forest because if Florida State defense don't show up, it's gonna be a long day.
I'm looking at Wake Forest schedule. They beat Liberty by 1 point. They beat that Vanderbilt team by 20. They beat DMI by 34, and then they lost to Clemson at home by 6. They're going on the road to Florida State. I believe more in Florida State winning at home than I do Wake Forest being able to pull out a game on the road. So give me
But Rev, they had the number 4 team in the country on the ropes. I'm just saying.
The question is Clemson really the number 4 team in the nation?
That's a great. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Fair. That's fair.
LSU almost beat Florida State.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Florida State. Give me Florida State. All right. So on to the next one. Kentucky Ole Miss. They've already kicked off.
It's a couple good games on.
Who you got? Red, who you got?
Oh, okay, back on me again.
No.
Who do I have? Man, you got Miss Harris team, Mama Harris team versus old Eli's team. Mama Harris team, y'all been doing good this year to be a traditional basketball team. Now, Red, don't tell me what the score is. Now, I don't know. I don't want to hear nothing about the game. I'm just going off of what I don't know. Mama Harris, I love you, but you going against a real football powerhouse today, baby. And I didn't even say baby, sorry. But I'm taking Ole Miss, Mama Harris. Sorry, but I love your Kentucky team, but Ole Miss, they might have a little bit more for you today now. But Kentucky, y'all been playing good to be a traditional basketball team, but you going to Ole Miss today. And the Mississippi boys, I think they're going to be ready, even though I don't know what's happening right now. I still going to give Ole Miss the benefit of the doubt. Mississippi.
Red boy, there's such a powerhouse that Ole Miss has beaten Troy, Central Arkansas, Georgia Tech, and Tulsa. That's a heck of a schedule, bro.
You ain't lying. You said Georgia Tech. I already knew that schedule was weak.
All right, so I'm going to go with Kentucky. Kentucky's more physical. I think this is going to be the hardest game. This is definitely going to be the hardest game for Ole Miss. And Lane Kiffin sometimes wets his pants when games get close. So I'm going with Kentucky. Who you got, Coach?
I will never, ever in my life pick Ole Miss for anything other than the clothes or throwing the trash can. Never in life. I'm going with Kentucky because watch the quarterback Will Levis for Kentucky, who is soon to be a top 10 pick in the draft coming up. God, just watch it. Let's wait for that name to hear in the top 10 in the next draft because he is moving up the charts every week. So I'm going with Kentucky. I'll never go with Ole Miss. Cowards. Never.
Thank you for that insight, Coach. That's the kind of insight that the show is looking for from you. All right, Coach. Armani, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Kentucky, man, for the same reasons that Coach said. I mean, hey, Will Levis, that kid is good. Actually, that kid is great. He's a bona fide top 10, might be a top 5 pick. He playing the way he's playing. So sorry, Coach Kiffin. You know you're one of my favorite play callers in the sport, but I'm gonna go with Kentucky this week. You don't got the athletes this year.
All right, I think I missed Armani going first, so I may have skipped him. So I'm gonna go back to you, Armani. Pick on this one first. Tell us why NC State's gonna win this game.
NC State is going to win because I think NC State has a little bit more athletes than the team that than Wake Forest did last week. So, and I don't trust Yuga. How you say his name? Yuga. Yogalele, whatever. Yogalele. It don't matter. NC State by 14.
Dang. Red, it's on you, man.
Clemson is at home. Clemson, I think, is the better team. Clemson has more playmakers. I have absolutely no idea who NC State has or who they supposed to have to give off money to confidence that they're going to go down to Death Valley and upset the Clemson Tigers. But I'm sure he'll come back next week and tell us what he was thinking. But right now, I have no idea what he's thinking. So I'm taking Clemson. And I'm taking ukulele. Hey, I'd rather take ukulele than Big Al.
NC State's most impressive win is over Texas Tech by 13. They barely beat Eastern Carolina at the beginning of the season. They beat them by 1. Their other games are against Connecticut and Charleston Southern. Give me Clemson in this one. I put my trust in Clemson more so than NC State. Who you got, Coach?
NC State is not allowing much on defense. So I think they're gonna frustrate Uangalele, whatever his name, DJ. I think they're gonna frustrate him today. I'm going North Carolina State. And plus another team to fall so USC can move up. That's all I'm saying.
So that's why you picking them then, because you just want them to lose.
Because NC State only ain't even allowing 100-yard rushing on defense, and barely able to throw on them. So frustration for that kid. He gonna lose today.
All right, on to the last game, Alabama versus Arkansas. I'm so inclined to pick Arkansas, but I just don't see Alabama losing this game. If Arkansas is able to run the ball, this game's going to be close. But if they don't, they're going to get scorched. But I'm going to go Alabama to win on the road. Who you got, Coach?
All right, KJ against Bryce Young. What quarterback who had the best day? It could be even, but in the end of it, it's going to be Alabama because Will Anderson, I think they fired him up at the beginning of the year talking about he's not doing anything and he's making too many penalties. So you said you're about to see an angry Will Anderson start go to work now. Alabama.
Armani, tell us why Alabama wins.
Just a better team. I mean, they just got the better pieces. Alabama by, I'm gonna say Arkansas 20. So I'm gonna say Alabama by 20.
Red, you see Reverend Night Nation, they got at least two people picking an upset. Are you joining?
They want it so bad.
Yeah, absolutely not. I've already taken my risk for the week. There's no way Arkansas is beat Alabama, okay? If Arkansas beat Alabama, Alabama ain't the team we thought they were going to be this year. So I know it ain't happening. Bama, guaranteed. I told folks weeks ago when Bama almost lost to Texas that we have nothing to worry about, and this game is going to prove it. It ain't but one team in the nation that can beat Alabama, and we all know who that is, okay? That game hasn't happened yet, so all these other scrubs, please, you got no chance. You wait till the big dogs step up on stage, and we'll take care of business. But in the meantime, Alabama going to win today. Ain't no Arkansas beating Alabama. I'm sorry, Anthony. I know you love your Arkansas team, but I told you a few weeks ago when you went in my inbox asking me, Red, do we have a chance? Please tell me we have a chance. And I told you, absolutely not. You don't have a chance. I said it then. I'm saying it now. No way, Jose. Alabama wins, guaranteed. And no, I'm not an Alabama fan, but I ain't crazy. I'm using my common sense.
All right. So we got Alabama across the board. Red Rose is already taking the risk for the week by using his homeboy's dealer. His dealer's on holiday. I'm thinking about point spread. Alabama will win, but Arkansas will cover. All right. All right,
well, I tell you, Vince, you crazy, boy.
Real quickly, Coach, get yourself ready. Coach has just got himself ready by getting going. All right.
You know, Coach, that Wi-Fi.
All right,
we're going to fix it one of these days.
We're going to do the HBC report a little later. Let's go to halftime. Hopefully, Coach will jump back on the screen. So this is halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show.
Hey, I'll see y'all later.
Some good sports talk.
Don't forget your NFL picks. Text them.
I got you. I'm doing it now.
Okay.
All right, so we got Armani getting ready to go. Coach, he's on the go. We don't know where he's going, but hopefully he'll be back. We'll be right back on the Red and Red Sports Show. We got some basketball, baseball, and some pro football to talk about. We'll be right back. back for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show, and we'll be getting ready. The coach is back. Let's get him while he's still here. We're going to do the HBC report. Let's get ready to do it, Coach. Just to let you know, I added standings this week. I added standings to let people know where they are. Are you following?
Waiting on you.
Did you hear what I said? I got standings on there.
I heard you.
All right, let's do it. Here we go, Coach. All eyes on you, sir.
All right, here we go. Saturday, October 1st. In the SPAC, we got the Bethune-Cookman, who's been 1-2 against Alabama A&M, who's at 0-4, coming back here tonight. He next, the 0-4 Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils play the 2-2 Florida A&M Rattlers. That snake gonna get killed today. Alabama State, Texas Southern. Alabama State is 2-2. Texas Southern is 1-3. Big game there down in Texas. Prairie View and Grambling in the State Farm Classic down in Dallas, Texas. You got Prairie View who's on top of the West, 2-0 in the conference against Grambling, who's at the bottom of the conference. That's 1-3, 0-1. Southern's gonna be good, and now I think that's gonna be a closer game than people think. Then UAPB, the Golden Lions at 2-2, go to the school where Rev used to give him money. Southern, the Jaguars at 1-2. All right, moving on. The MEAC, South Carolina dispatched South Carolina State. Nobody didn't think anything otherwise. All right, then you got Virginia Lynchburg taking on Morgan State, who is 1-2. You got North Carolina Central, who is big time. They're looking to go to Celebration Bowl at 4-0 against Campbell out of the FCS. Howard might be trying to get an education going against Yale this week. I don't know what Yale football team had, the Big Red. Norfolk State, who hasn't won a game yet, going against my kindergarten, Sacred Heart. I don't know if they can beat the kindergartners today. And then Robert Morris going against 2-2 Delaware State. All right, moving on. At the SIAC, we got records, but we got no games. There they are. We played a tough schedule this year, trying to rebound against Lane College. Albany State, the Rams playing Miles. Edward Waters, the elementary school, is going against the House, Morehouse College this week. That could be ugly for Edward Waters. Fort Valley, not Fort Valley, stop FOU. FO is FU Folk. Valley against Benedict. Clark and Latin. Got to play Tuskegee. Tuskegee is looking to come back after last week. Allen playing Central State. And Savannah State going against Kentucky State. And then finally, the CIAA. With the CIAA, Virginia Union is leading. You got Fayetteville State. Looks like they already lost and beat Chowan. They played early because of the weather, 13-10. Johnson C. Smith spanked Elizabeth City. I don't know if that was personal, 49-14. Today you got Virginia State against Shaw. Virginia Union against St. Augustine. Bowie State Bulldogs against Livingston Bears. And the Winston-Salem State Rams, Stephen A. School, going against Lincoln, Pennsylvania. Those are your games for Black College football, the HBCU report. We'll see you back next week. At the Valley takes care of Florida A&M in an upset. I said it. What's the
Is that a loyalty pick or a true pick?
Hey, Valley got finally put in that young quarterback. He's finally getting his feet under. He's going to be all right this week. So, hey, that's a upset.
All right, gentlemen. Here we go. Let's get into it. We got 5 for 5. Y'all know how we do it. Our panelists, that would be Red and Coach. They have 1 minute to talk about the subject matter at hand. 45 seconds single screen, 15 seconds group screen. They go over their minute. They get muted. After they've gone, Reverend Knight Nation will take your comments, and then we'll move on to see what Rev might have to say, any additional comments before we go to the next subject matter at hand. Let's get ready.
One thing, Rev, it's Fort Valley's homecoming week. Fort Valley! I can't believe they undefeated.
All right, big ups to Fort Valley. Here we go. We got 5 on it. 5 for 5. We'll start with the Judge. Aaron Judge hit 61 homers. Is it revered or remembered? Sounds like something Red brought up, so we're going to start with Red. Red, what you got?
Well, let's see. Well, it's an American League record. You got to remember, all of the cheaters in the National League, Bonds, McGuire, Sosa, all of those are the National League. So 61 or 62 home runs in the American League is still a record. And really, it's a record overall. And I'm going to say it'll be remembered, Real. It won't be forgotten, but I don't think it'll be revered as it was in the summer of '98 when Sosa and McGuire, I mean, they just had the entire country on their stage with them. I mean, everybody in the country was watching. I mean, whatever TV show you was looking at, they would cut into it. Every time these guys come up the bat, it would be like it would be breaking news. Judge, it was talked about, but it wasn't breaking news as how Sosa and McGuire and Bonds was followed. So I say remember, not revered.
Coach, jump in there.
Every time, Aaron Judge deserves credit for hitting 61 plus home runs. He's gonna get his props. Overall, they keep saying they say Bonds is still the overall, but Aaron Judge deserves respect for hitting that many home runs and actually having a chance at winning the Triple Crown. I guess that makes it a lot better. He's only 1 point behind I think the guy from the Twins. So can he win the Triple Crown? We'll see. He got the home runs and RBIs knocked up, so I think he deserves respect.
All right, let's see if Reverend Nation has anything to say about it. Until someone hits 74, Bonds is still the guy. Mad respect for Judge. All right, so the vice president is not holding steroids against Bonds. He said, remember, Bonds still the true home run king. Show me a failed drug test, and I'll change my mind.
Wait, I got one.
Oh, boy.
Lord Coker said he's getting his props because he's a Yankee. Who cares?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, and I believe.
Come on now, Lord. He deserves a little bit more respect.
I think it's going to be revered because Judge is a Yankee, and the guy whose record he broke was a Yankee, so that's why it's going to be revered. Anything you do in New York is going to be big time. So that's just the way it is. Bottom line. All right, on to the next subject matter. Let's see what it is. We're going basketball here. Lonzo Ball's injury woes. Let's talk about it, Coach. You're on deck. We got 5 on it. Go.
Hey, the ball boys used to be the punchlines of the NBA because of the crazy daddy. The daddy stopped talking. The boys kept practicing. They got better. And now Lonzo is regarded as a top 10 point guard in the NBA. I hate to see him make a come up like that, and then all of a sudden you have knee problems, because when the knees ain't there, your basketball career is in serious jeopardy. So I hope he comes out of it and is back to playing again for the NBA, because you hate to see him get good and then all of a sudden something bad happens.
Brad, what you got?
I feel for Lonzo, man. I'm a huge Lonzo fan. I was with him when he came out with my Lakers light-skinned crew. His dad tried to derail his career, but he did everything he can to get past what his dad was talking about. His knees, he's one of these regenerative knee injuries like Brandon Roy and Michael Redd. I just think he just has these chronic knee problems that just aren't going to never get better with time or through his career. I wish him well, but I just think he's never going to be 100% healthy. I'm a huge Lonzo fan, and his dad was right. The youngest one might turn out to be the best one. That's what his dad said, and it's looking like it's about to be completely facts.
All right, let's see what River Night Nation. Anybody? I feel bad for the kid. And said Liangelo has a job now. He can be his brother's Uber driver. At least until valet parking season begins at Time Warner Arena. Go Hornets. And I'll just say this, man. I feel bad for the Chicago Bulls for once again, they got a point guard whose body is failing them at a young age. First it was Derrick Rose, now Lonzo Ball. So they can't progress for some reason, something in the Chicago water that won't allow point guards to be healthy in that region. Maybe he needs to go to Florida or Arizona. You know how they regenerate people's bodies in Arizona with that good old heat out that way.
I swear, was Grant Hill hurt one day in Phoenix when he played with that team?
I wasn't. Not at all. All right, let's jump into the next topic. Ayton and Williams. Monty Williams, that is. DeAndre Ayton, that is, of the Phoenix Suns. They're not speaking, especially since Monty Williams gave Ayton some pine time during the playoffs last year. Ray, your thoughts? What you got?
I think it's kind of sad that these guys went the whole offseason and then communicate once. I mean, especially once the Phoenix Suns decided to match the contract offer made by the Pacers that was given to DeAndre Ayton. They bringing them back for $133 million. Well, once you decide to bring them back, I think the coach or him or both should at least try to get together somewhat and just at least air out differences, have a tete-a-tete, just talk things out a little before training camp begins. Because, like you say, we both know y'all had a little beef toward the end of the season, going into the off season. Okay, we all thought Aiden was going to be on another team, but once you decide to bring him back, I think I am going to put this on the coach. I think it was impunded that Monty seek Ayton out and at least talk with them, clear the air, just make sure they're on the same page going in the next season. You know, just for respectability and team chemistry's sake.
Coach, what you got?
I mean, if he keep him on the bench, I bet he'll start talking to him. Coach, why I'm not playing? Help me, Coach. Why I'm not playing? What I'm doing wrong? You'll talk to him. So DeAndre, you better get it together because I think they were talking about trading you at one point, and it's clear that the Phoenix Suns, for whatever reason, are not getting over the hump. So hey, we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be hard to bench a man that's made $130 million guaranteed. That's gonna be hard. If they were going to give him that kind of treatment, then they would have let him walk. But they re-signed him.
Yeah.
So it's a wrap. Monty Williams gonna have to work on getting a better relationship with Ayton because it's easier to fire a coach who's making maybe $3 to $4 million a year than it is to bench a guy who's making $20, $30 million plus. So Monty better get his life together, or he might mess around and get fired. All right, and the VP said about Grant Hill in Phoenix, it's the women up there in Phoenix that make players feel better. All right, it's business, never personal. I don't talk to my boss when I'm on vacation, so they'll be okay. All right, we got you, Lord Coker. All right, let's get to the next topic. There's some frustration in Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, former wide receiver who played with Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, is frustrated with his boy, his college boy at Fresno State, Derek Carr. Coach, your thoughts? What you got?
Devontae Adams. That's what you are, Devontae, for leaving Aaron Rodgers, who's going to get you the ball at least 10 times a game, as opposed to Derek Carr, who can't even drive that car in Las Vegas, son. You made a mistake. You could have been a star right there with that group of wide receivers that you had to compete with in Green Bay. Man, please, you made a mistake. Just admit it.
All right, Red, what you got?
Yeah, I know at the sign of his time, at the time of signing, I think I was on board with it somewhat. But now that I look back, yeah, dude, This was not smart at all. I mean, you leave Aaron Rodgers, and I don't care what the situation is. If Aaron Rodgers is in Green Bay, I'm in Green Bay. Until Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, I'll be in Green Bay until he leaves. Now, if he gone, if he left or retired, I can see you signing with the Raiders or even asking for a trade. But as long as my guy, Aaron Rodgers, was in Green Bay, the guy that made me Devontae Adams, as long as he there, I'm going to be there. You went over there and signed with Carr? Dude, have you been watching Carr's career the past few years? Nobody succeeds over there with him. When you one step away from the Super Bowl, which you got. That was a bad. I understand you wanted your bag, but that was a bad move, Devontae. I think Green Bay would have paid you to stay with Aaron Rodgers. You were just trying to be slick, and you end up slicking yourself out of some wins, baby.
Yeah, that was clearly a money move, and we see that money does not always bring happiness. Yeah. That's for sure. The VP said, Adam, what were you thinking leaving for that trashy car in Vegas? Lemon laws must not have been in effect with that car. Adam, you chose wrong, buddy. I don't feel sorry for you. You're a multi-millionaire. You're already winning. All right.
True. That's true, Vince.
Last topic. Should Favre, I think Coach might have misspelled the name, but that's okay. I want everybody know that wasn't my misspelling. Coach was responsible for typing the banner. Should he be removed from the Hall of Fame? Red, it's on you. What you got?
I'm gonna go no. I mean, it's what we come to now. I mean, look, I understand Favre missed. Look, Favre, I ain't got no excuse for Favre for stealing that money from the welfare funds of Mississippi. Okay, but if we take him out the Hall of Fame, then we're gonna have to start going back in all of the inductees past and seeing if they done anything egregious and anything worth the removal of them from the Hall of Fame as well. And I just got one name to say, and that should be the end of this. O.J. Simpson. If he's still in the Hall, Brett Favre gonna still be in the Hall, and I'm done.
Coach.
Well, I mean, again, has he been found guilty? No. After the trial, or whenever the trial goes, he's found guilty, then you got a conversation. But right now, it's all conjecture, and it hadn't been proven yet. So, hey, the proof is in the pudding. It hasn't been proven. Leave him in there for now, but we'll see later on.
All right, let's see what Red Nation got to say. Lord Coker says, no. Vince Williams, coach using his phonics on that welfare thief until he's found guilty of anything egregious. Then the Hall of Fame should stay out of this. Red Rose, the juice was acquitted, brother, despite what folks may think. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was acquitted.
But, I mean, I think Red's point was very valid. You can't start taking people out of the Hall of Fame because then you got to take out people out of Fame for a lot of different stuff. And the Hall of Fame is not made up of a bunch of choir boys. So that's something that needs to be considered long term. Don't open Pandora's box because then you start having to take out a lot of different people from the Hall of Fame.
Hold on, Ray. Let me hit back at Vincent real quick. Yeah, Vincent, he was acquitted of murder. He wasn't acquitted of robbery and stealing in Vegas. That he wasn't acquitted of. So that's technically the same crime that Brett Favre committed. Robbery, stealing funds. OJ was just trying to steal his stuff back, but still, he was acquitted on murder, not on the second trial. So but I understand what you're saying.
All right, gentlemen, get your robbery is way different from murder. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right, Red, get yourself ready. We're about to do some reports.
Oh, I forgot. We ain't did the Braves report yet.
We're gonna close with the Braves report. We're gonna go. We're in football now, so we're gonna do this.
Football? Report. Oh, okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. My team, win the check, no stats. That red, white, and that black. With the Falcons on the map. That A1, that game plan, so it ain't no looking back.
That red, white, and that black.
Oh, okay. What's up, y'all? Woo. Well, I tell you, Real Show chose some good theme music for my Falcon report. I mean, I got the jam every time I hear it. All right, y'all. Falcon report this week. What's going on? Well, we finally got on the win. Finally got in the win column last week. Yep, on the road too. Versus Seattle. No, not that Seattle. Not the old Seattle. The post Legion of Boom, post Russell Wilson, Geno Smith led Seattle. No claps needed. Okay. But still, Falcons went on, got in the win column last week. Cordell Patterson still beasting out there. Drake London, like Armani said earlier, is having a very impressive rookie season. Kyle Pitts even got into action last week. Yeah, old Kyle Pitts, who we forgot about the first 2 weeks of the season. Yeah, Kyle Pitts even got into action last week. Not that much, just 8 for 80-something yards. Need 10 targets a game. So still, we need some more targets, coach, from Kyle Pitts. You took him number 4. Well, you better use him, okay? Defense is still same old defense, but I will give them credit. They made a play at the end of the game. Richard Grant, are you finally deciding to step up and make your name be heard? I hope so. But anyway, we got a big test this week against Cleveland. Like I say, Falcons at 1-2. You got a big game at home versus a very winnable team. Okay, so I'm gonna need you guys to be ready and show us that you're ready to compete this year. Because, like I said on my page earlier this week, you don't win this game, I'm gonna know you're not ready to compete, and I'll start getting my mind focused on the future and not the present. If you do win this week, I know then maybe you are about something, okay? And then I can get my mind ready for a big division game versus Tampa next week. But it all starts this week, Falcons, at the Dome, at home, in front of your home crowd. You better not let us down, because we will be watching. And you know how I am. Win or else, okay? No excuses. But good job winning this week, Falcons. I think I like where we're heading, okay? I like our offense. Our rushing game is greatly improved. Of course, we don't have that statue that's in Indiana back there. But like I said, good things from the Falcons this week. A lot of good things to be positive about. I'm not going to poo-poo the positive. I won't trash on the negative that much. But like I say, you got a big game coming at home, and you better win it, or you're going to feel my wrath. Let's go, Falcons. Rise up!
All right. Thank you so much for the Falcons report. Coach, get ready, gear up. We're coming your way now. And here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Looking at the game this weekend, Mike Tomlin is in a kind of precarious situation because he does know the Jets have one of the worst pass defenses in the league. So no excuse for anything, keeping the ball short, these 5-yard outs. You got to throw the ball downfield. You got Pickens, you got Claypool, you got Johnson, you got Frymouth. You got enough weapons that your offense should be clicking. But they're holding back. The offensive coordinator is not doing quite as well as he should be. So Tomlin is in a no-win situation. If he win, yeah, he's supposed to beat the Jets, coach. If he lose, oh, coach, you lost to the Jets. But they need this win to keep pace because I think everybody's right there with each other. Nobody running away with the league right now, division right now. So, hey, Tomlin, you got to go out and get this win, and we'll see what happens.
You still good with your Super Bowl pick?
I'm going to hang with it until I can't hang no more.
Is it time for a quarterback change?
No, sir.
What?
So you good with Trubisky?
I'm good with him. I'm not good with the offensive coordinator. That's where the problem lies. He does what the coordinator, he needs to try to audible sometimes and say, okay, that ain't going to work, OC. The offensive coordinator have running the little 5-yard outs, them little short pass, instead of going upfield against teams that don't have good defenses. You got to do that.
Coach, as we talked about it earlier this week, aren't they calling plays based upon the quarterback's ability?
Sometimes, but not all the time.
What have you seen? Okay. What kind of offense should Mitch Trubisky should he be running based upon his career?
I mean, I say go more 4 wide out offense. You got the
You
gun.
ever seen
You
him
got the
be
weapon.
successful in that?
Huh?
Have you ever seen him be successful in that?
I haven't seen much of Mitch Trubisky be.
Wait a minute.
Hold
You're
on,
not
Coach.
gonna do it. Not with that line though. The line is getting better.
Hold on, Coach. We seen this man play for Chicago and bomb. We saw nothing of him being a great backup in Buffalo. All we can say is the best thing that he did in Buffalo was watch Josh Allen practice. That's
But
the
again,
best.
though, didn't this man take even worse Chicago Bears team to the playoffs?
And they did what?
He got him to the playoffs.
And
I
they
was
did
shocked.
what?
Wait a minute, Coach. So going to the playoffs, that's good enough for Steel the Nation.
Now, I ain't saying that's gonna be good enough for us. I'm saying he
Well,
got
you just
that
said
team.
he went to the playoffs.
I'm saying he got that team with Chicago, which had really nothing to even get to the playoffs. No, I ain't expecting that here. No.
You think he can get the Steelers team right now to the playoffs?
I mean, not right now because they got a lot of deficiencies. You got
Hold
your
on,
best
hold on.
defensive guy out, TJ Watt, which makes the defense somewhat one-dimensional, and you got Najee Harris who hadn't gotten better. The line is getting better. You can't have them weapons out there, but they're not gonna make the change right now because you're not putting Kenny Pickett against Buffalo.
Okay.
You're not putting Pickett against the Bucks.
Shit.
Now maybe it's down the line, yeah, or then maybe the Dolphins.
That's a good. That's a good point.
This is where I wish we had a research team because I'm wondering, did Mitch Trubisky take the Bears to the playoffs the year that Aaron Rodgers got hurt? That's what I'm wondering. And if that's the case, then that taking that Bears team to the playoffs is kind of a little shaky. But nevertheless, Coach wants Trubisky to open it up. The offensive coordinator open up for Trubisky. God bless you. I see the same results. You could have the wishbone offense, 4 wide,
Did you say
the run and shoot. The same results are going to happen because Mr. Trubisky is just not that dude. Put the rookie in. Let him get his bruises. If you're going to lose with rookies. That's my philosophy.
Wait a minute. Did you say the wishbone?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Four wide. And then y'all must think he Kurt Warner or somebody. 4 wide receivers? What in the world can Trubisky do with 4 wide receivers?
2018, he went 11-3. And that was his best year.
You got some numbers with that?
3,138 yards passing.
66%
66% completion rate. 24 TDs. And rushing, he ran 6 times.
What about the interceptions? How many interceptions?
12.
Oh, 24 and 12.
Yeah, rushing, he ran 64 times for 421 yards with an average of 6.2 yards a carry.
All right. And I think that was the year that Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Let's see.
Because Aaron Rodgers only threw for 1,675 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions that year.
In 2018.
In 2017, the playoffs that Trubisky would have taken the Bears to would be the 2017 season because the playoffs take place the following year.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That's the year Aaron Rodgers got hurt, Coach. That kind of.
But Aaron Rodgers didn't make the playoffs.
He was hurt.
I know. That's what I tried to hide, Rev. Stop that.
No, man, I got to make sure you
try to hide. We've been saying this since you started talking.
But he still,
you
can't help what happens.
Okay.
But Coach, you are lowering the bar for the Steelers standard, man. For you to be satisfied. Hold on, one question. For you to be satisfied with getting a quarterback who got this trash team to the playoffs only 1 year out of his entire career. That's what you got.
Not saying I'm satisfied, but look at the alternatives. Mason Rudolph, stop.
The alternative is put the rookie in there so he can get some reps.
Well, I tell you what. Like I said, if they don't put the rookie in this game, he won't get in until maybe the Dolphins because they're not gonna throw him out there against the Buffalo Bills because they're gonna hurt him real bad. They're not gonna put him out there.
I understand what you're saying about you don't want to put him in there. I understand against the Bucs. You're right, against the Bills and the Bucs. But what me and Rev don't understand is it seems like you trying to defend them keeping Mitch Trubisky for a longer period of time. And if you we hear other Steelers fans on Facebook, like Arthur Hamilton. He is dogging Mitchell Trubisky out 24/7, saying, get him out of there. All the other Steelers fans saying we need a change. Get Trubisky out. But you saying, well, you know, he's doing okay.
He in the wrong offense. He in the wrong offense.
Yeah, it's like you be okay if they kept him in the whole season where other Steelers fans want him gone as soon as possible.
I didn't say the whole season. I said now.
So you want him gone. So I'm saying, okay, the Bills and the Bucs, right? But when it's time to make a change, when you can see it makes sense to make a change, would you want a change then?
That's what I just said. I said probably the Dolphins, which is the game after that, and you can make that change, but not the Bills and the Bucs.
That's probably saying y'all ain't making it to the playoffs.
Oh well, T.J. Watt comes back. That defense gets infinitely better, which they were playing good at the beginning. His presence hurts big time because now
I wouldn't count on him. I wouldn't count on him.
He'll be back. He only out 4 weeks.
Still, though, he hurt, though. It's hard to count on somebody that's hurt.
They talking about Highsmith leading the league in sacks now with the Steelers, but that may not. They're gonna scheme on him now. So now what? The rest of the team they're making defensive changes on the line. All that's going on. Then you got two cornerbacks out. You got to call in another cornerback. The defense can't stay on. I mean, can't keep trying to patch it up. They were the number one defense at the beginning of the season. Now you got people getting hurt here and there. So they ain't going to happen. Don't worry about it. Because our division is not that strong. That's what keeps us in it. Cincinnati is not where they're supposed to be.
Well, they've won their last two now.
Look who they play. Who did they play now?
They beat the Jets. I mean, they beat the Dolphins.
Okay.
Wasn't the Dolphins 2-0 before this game?
Tua wasn't in there half the game, so you got Bridgewater.
Coach, as long as y'all got Trubisky at quarterback, honestly, you really can't talk about no other team. You can't talk about who the Bengals beat. Who is Trubisky gonna beat?
He beat Cincinnati. He beat Cincinnati.
If the truth be told, Cincinnati beat themselves. Okay.
Hey, I don't care what they say in the books. They don't care how you do it.
Yeah. I mean, he won, but it wasn't because of Trubisky.
But hey, that's fine.
You see what I'm saying? You still sound like you defending Trubisky.
I'll take it.
Hey, if Coach want to defend Trubisky, I'll just let him ride with him.
Cincinnati is not panicking. They're in worse shape than we are because their offensive line is terrible. Joe Burrow been sacked about almost 20 times in 4 games.
I think the Bengals are right where they want to be right now.
I don't know.
We'll see. Let's go to this important topic. I'm gonna let y'all wax poetically on it. We know we talked a little bit about the Miami Dolphins and Cincinnati Bengals and what just took place. We know that the Dolphins and Tua, there's a saga going on. There's a lot of scrutiny going towards Miami because a lot of people felt that Tua should not have been able to play since he took a major hit on Sunday, last Sunday, and then 5 days later, he comes back after being woozy, where he fell to the ground during Sunday's game, and then he gets this big-time injury once he gets sacked, and we see they got a concussion, also some neck problems. So thoughts, Red, on the Dolphins and Tua?
It's just sad, disappointing, and just egregious what the Dolphins did these past 2 games. I mean, now let's go back to last Sunday. We all know that Tua got a concussion. Everybody saw it was concussion. Dude fell, got sacked, his head slanted and just hit the turf. It boom, slammed on the turf. He got up, he could barely walk. Okay. It had nothing to do with no back, shawty. Okay. So all this back stuff, I had no idea where this back stuff was coming from after halftime. Okay. Because it was the It was a big game. It was Miami versus Buffalo. Okay, Tua got sacked, hit his head on the ground. And everybody was saying, okay, well, Miami, you ain't got a chance without Tua. Go into halftime, come back out. All you hear was reports, oh, they saying it's not Tua's head. They saying it's back. Now, right away, I'm already thinking, okay, these fools are just trying to say anything they can because they know they're not going to be able to beat Buffalo without Tua. So I guess they must want Tua to go back in the game. After halftime, what happened? He right back in the game. Teddy went in. I think Tua went back in the game. And Miami ended up pulling out the game. But we all know Tua had a concussion before halftime. So we know Tua is playing with a concussion. I don't care what the doctors or whatnot in the half room say. The man got a concussion during the Buffalo game, okay? So he come back out. God knows why, okay? So then you got a short week. You playing on Thursday Night Football. Everybody and their mama should know, okay, the Dolphins should be smart. You probably shouldn't play Tua because we all know he played with a concussion last week. If anything, take this week to get him some rest. No, these fools play him again, talking about he's active. Okay, fine. You active in the game. Miami, I hope it don't go wrong. I hope nothing happen because if it do, and then here we go. Something goes wrong. He gets hurt and sacked again. Falls on his head again. This time it's even more egregious. This time it's even more traumatizing because now the guy's laying on the ground with. Man, I ain't never seen this before right here. I'm not a medical expert. I know a guy laying on the ground with your hands you're moving and your hands not moving. You're just laying on the ground like that. Something serious is going on here. Now I'm hearing the man lost consciousness. He laying on the ground. His fingers can't move. Lost consciousness. We don't know if the dude is paralyzed. You got the whole team standing out on the field. You got a stretcher. Ambulance got to be called. We all standing out on the field like it's a doggone funeral. And this is on you, Miami. This is on you. I'm not going to even put this on the NFL. This is on the Miami Dolphins and your medical staff. If anything, the NFL need to come down hard on the Dolphins for this crap you just tried to pull. This is on the Dolphins. This is on your medical staff. This is on your team trainers. This is on everybody involved who decided that this kid was clear to go back on the field. You were wrong. You were incompetent, and you were just flat out asinine and just dumb, okay? Anybody and their mama know that dude got a concussion last week and should not have been playing Thursday Night Football 4 days later. The Dolphins, whatever the NFL decides to do, you got it coming. You deserve it. Young coach Mike McDaniel, I like you. You a young up-and-coming coach in this league, but young man, you made a terrible mistake. You should have used your own judgment. If you love Tua like a son, if you love him like a little brother, then you should have used your better judgment and not played him on a short week 4 days later. Who cares if you lose? You just going to be 3-1? You got the whole season ahead of you. This man's life and career and his life and life period matters more than you trying to get an easy win on Thursday Night Football. Miami, this is on y'all, and I hope the NFL make you punish you for it too, because this is just egregious. You putting this kid's career and life in danger to get a quick win on Thursday Night Football. Very disappointing in you, Miami. Very disappointed and ashamed. Ashamed.
All right, so Red showing some passion, showing his disdain for how Miami Dolphins handled this. Coach, what's your thoughts?
It's tour time. I mean, somebody gonna lose their job. I just feel it. Somebody, I don't know who it is. It's not gonna be the head coach, of course, but somebody's gonna lose a job after claiming a back injury when it really wasn't a back injury. That was stupid. That man should have now, instead of him missing a game, he gonna miss probably about 3 or 4 weeks. Because now you really not gonna rush him back out there now. You really gonna wait and send him to several doctors until you try to rush him back now, because he's not getting on that field with a concussion like that he suffered. And like I said, it wasn't really bad, but when his head hit the ground, that on the turf, that made it worse. Now, so he's not gonna touch the field, and I think the Dolphins cost him, and it cost themselves some time with him being on the field because, now you've allowed him to take a fall like that. So guess what? It's on y'all, Dolphins. Y'all caused this monster to happen, or not monster, caused this unfortunate thing to happen. So moving on, you're going to lose him. Teddy Bridgewater, get your stats up.
All right. Definitely, it's an unfortunate circumstance that took place. And we'll definitely see an investigation. And eventually, as Coach says, somebody's head is going to roll because of this situation.
Oh, the entire training staff and medical staff of the Dolphins, they probably going to be replaced. I can see some head trainer, somebody going to get.
All right, I'm going to let y'all respond to Brother Lord Anthony Koch. He said, come on, man, these type things happen at all levels of football. Nothing to see here. Red?
Lord, what are you talking about? Nothing to see here. If it was nothing to see here, why is the whole NFL world talking about this? You talking about there's nothing to see here. This is the hot topic of the week. You talking about there's nothing to see here? Man, please, what in the world are we talking about then? Why was every sports show in America talking about this for an hour or maybe 2 hours yesterday? I don't know how long Skip and Shannon took talking about it. Sorry, Lord. I disagree profusely. You are wrong on this one. It is plenty to see here, and it's plenty for the NFL to investigate here. Sorry, buddy. We cool with you. Love your support on the show, but you're wrong on this one.
Coach, anything to add?
No, I mean, it does happen, but it doesn't happen like that. And when you put a man in who had a serious head injury on Sunday, and you put him back in on Thursday, and you made an incorrect prognosis, ooh, red flag. Yeah, it may happen, but people get hit hard, but you don't rush nobody back out there 4 days after they just played.
It's definitely a big story. You got to think about it. Tua is a polarizing figure. He went to Alabama. The Dolphins were off to a great start. So this is why it's a story. Plus, the reality is NFL they've changed the way you tackle because of this issue. They dished out a lot of money because of this issue. So all the things that I just mentioned make it not just a hot topic, it's a major issue, and it's going to be addressed. And and we see even more, it's a major issue rather than just a hot topic, because his own NFLPA chimed in, and they showed how furious they were with how Tua was handling. So it's not just the NFL coming down on the Dolphins; it's the NFLPA that's coming down. So this is a major issue.
And Lord, now let's be honest here now, man. We both know if any of your kids or loved ones were in that position, you would not be saying this is not an issue, okay? Any loved ones you see on that field in that position, you are worried, you are heartbroken, and your gut is in your stomach right now. We don't want. I'm just feeling how Tua's parents felt when they saw him laying on the field like that. And to those people on online social media posting those disrespectful pictures of Tua, you guys are absolutely classless. Just classless. How could you post something about this and to say he posting gang signs? That man was unconscious. Are you kidding me? Gang signs? That is just no shame, just classless, man. And if I saw anybody on my page posting a picture with Tua laying on the ground and you said you put gang signs, not only would I delete you, I will block you from my friend list. Okay, show some respect. Okay, the man is unconscious. Ain't nothing to laugh at. Ain't nothing to joke about. Ain't nothing to be having memes about. Okay, done.
All right, we're gonna move on. Let's see one more time. VP said Heads will roll in Miami, and they should roll in the league office as well. No one. Refs saw dudes stagger back to the huddle last week. Nobody. The refs have the right. Last time I figured to make that call when they see something like Tua staggering after he went down. Red Rose, I'm with you. Tua's picks were nothing to laugh about. Disgusting. And maybe the NFL should put in what I believe is going on in college football, where they have somebody monitoring the field, seeing when players look like they've been concussed in college football. So maybe that's something that the pros might want to include as well to have somebody who's neutral just to be the concussion police.
I agree. That's a good idea, real.
All right. Let's get ready to jump into our picks, and then we'll tell people who has the right to do what, when, where. Before we do, you have the right. We got to get the Braves report in as well, since we're in.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about the Braves report. I'm sitting here with my Braves hat on.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so let's get ready for our picks right now. And Coach, it's still COVID season, so we know Coach is rolling. Coach is a COVID guy. He loves COVID. So we'll get to our NFL picks. We'll give you the records right quickly.
Oh, Lord.
We did last week. Red, you went 8-8, 24-22-1. I went 8-8, 25-21-1. Coach went 8-8, 27-19-1. And Armani, after coming from having the worst week, goes back to having the best week, 10-6, 24-22-1. So Coach has a 2-game lead over me and a 3-game lead over Armani and Redrick. So we'll see if the standings change next week after we pick this week, and Armani will make his picks via Messenger. All right, there go VP Rev hating on Coach's COVID chip. I'm your advocate, Coach. See, you just advocated my point. You called it Coach's COVID chip.
Hey, thanks, Vixen, for making our case clear.
Exactly. Things will change this week. Mark my word, Thursday Night Football made this visible to millions. Can't hide from this thing now. Yep. All right. Thanks, Vince. You're my dog, man. Thank you for validating me while you tried to criticize me. I love it. All right, man. Let's get some music, and then we'll definitely get some picks in real quickly. I'm using this new Apple, and this is not as friendly as my other Apple. Let's do it right here. Get some pick music. Here we go.
There we go. I like that.
Vikings versus the Saints, COVID champ. We'll start with you. Who you got, Coach?
Man, Saints. Ridiculous.
You got the Saints?
Yeah, I got the Saints. It's a conspiracy.
Why?
That's why I just picked the Saints. It's a conspiracy.
In the history book of COVID chip.
Oh, see, here we go.
Well, you with you, Coach. He said it's still chill.
But you don't need to mention the word, Coach. Nobody should. Nobody.
All right, Red, who you got? Vikings versus Saints.
I'm taking the Vikings. They let me down last week, I think. But anyway, they playing the Saints, so I wouldn't pick the Saints anyway. I don't care if they in London. I don't care if they was in Africa. I don't care if they was in Brazil. It could be Australia, the North Pole. I'm still not picking the Saints. Vikings.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that this game is in London, because I was actually about to pick the Saints thinking it was in New Orleans. But then I was just reminded of one of my friends who's actually the mother of one of the New Orleans Saints players. She just went to London to the game. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. The Vikings seem a little bit more polished, even though they got exposed against the Eagles. I think they bounced back and beat the Saints in London. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. On to the next game. Seahawks versus the Lions. Who you got, Red?
I'm going to go with the Lions to bounce back after that awful loss last week. The Lions look to be an improved team somewhat. I'm going to find out this week because they're at home. They versus playing a winnable Seattle team. Now, if the Lions lose this game, then I know, okay, we back to the same old Lions. But I think not. I think this Lions team is much improved. Detroit at home.
I'm going to roll with you, Red. I'm going to go with Detroit Lions. They look like they're primed to win this type of game at home. I think the culture that the new head coach in the second year is building, these are the type games that they should win. So I'm going to go with the Lions. Coach, who you got?
Lions. Seahawks still trying to find their 12 man. They still haven't found them yet, so they still looking.
On to the next one is Titans versus Colts. Colts Beat my boys last week. So you know I got to go to the Titans this week. Come on, Titans. Tighten them up. Give Derrick Henry the ball. Run. Expose Matt Ryan's lack of arm strength. And I think the Titans will come out with a victory even on the road. So I'm going with the Titans. Who you got, Coach?
Well, Soul said it's best for the coach. Back to life, back to reality. Lost for the coach. Y'all just wait and see. Coach don't lose. Derrick Henry might run for 500 yards.
Red, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Colts this week. Not because of Matt Ryan. I just think, see, I'll have the Titans. They suck too. Tannehill. I'm not really sure. Derrick Henry's been a Derrick Henry old. I mean, he's been okay. Colts are at home. And like I said, they got a good running back too in Jonathan. What's his last name? Taylor. Jonathan Taylor. Okay, so we're going Henry versus Taylor. I'm gonna go with Taylor to establish his game because he was out. I mean, he didn't do so well last week, and he's at home. Tristan, I know you don't think I'm depending on Matt Ryan, but I want to see what the Colts are gonna do after beating Kansas City. They at home with a division game. Let's see if they can beat the Titans. Because if they don't, you better believe, boy, you know who's gonna be running their mouth. But I'm gonna pick the Colts at home just for standing sake because they should win this game.
On to the next game, Coach. It's on you, Bears versus Giants.
The Giants gonna win, and then Rev, as I say this, I want you to keep a straight face. Get that smile off your face as I say this. The Bears can't win without Mitch Trubisky.
Red, who you got?
I'm going with the Giants because Saquon Barkley seems to have found himself again after those injuries. So I'm going with the Giants.
Giants.
All right, and I'm going to make it unanimous. I'm going with the Giants as well to win at home. This is a big game that's being talked about here in the Pennsylvania area. WP, Super Bowl coach, the only coach to ever win a Super Bowl in Philadelphia Eagle history, comes back to Philadelphia. So it's on you. Is it red? Yeah.
It's red on you, Rev.
No. Who went last?
I think it's on me. It's on me.
It's on you.
Okay, I'm going with the Jags. Yeah, I like the Eagles. I like their start. But I chose the Jags at the beginning of the season. I chose them to win the division. A win on the road versus the Eagles will go a long way to the Jags win the AFC South. I know the Eagles will bounce back from a loss, but the Jags win this game. Woo, will this pump this team and this organization up? Eagles already pumped up. I need Jags get pumped up just like the Eagles. So Jags win, and both teams will be 3-1 afterwards. So I like that, Jags.
I'm going to go with the Eagles, not because I got to preach to a whole bunch of Eagles fans on tomorrow, but because I believe that the Eagles defense are going to just tap dance on Trevor Lawrence. I know Doug Peterson wants a big show, but I think the Eagles defense will eat real well against Trevor Lawrence, shut down Trevor Lawrence, and the offense to do enough to get a W. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. Coach, who you got?
I'm going with the Eagles because Joe Black, you've been scandalizing the Steelers all day. So how would your Jaguars get beat by 70? How the Eagles just stomp them in the ground?
Hey, Coach making picks off, taking it personal. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I got to get Joe Black. Joe Black been slamming my Steelers. So Eagles, Jalen Hurts continues on the I got to prove to Rev that I'm a good quarterback tour. So they're going to beat the Jaguars.
All right, on to the next one. It's on me, Chargers versus Texans. Man, this is a tough one for me because I'm just not in favor of the Chargers continuing to roll out this stud quarterback who got like broken ribs. So that's what's making this game close, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with the Texans, man. They're at home. Lovie Smith needs a W. So I'm going to go against better judgment. I'm going to go with the Texans. Who you got, Coach?
Jordan. Texans still hadn't come up as a team. They made Fluke a couple victories out, but I still think this is going to be a transition year for them. Chargers.
Red, who you got?
For real, I'm with you, buddy. In Texas had really been playing good ball the last few weeks. They just can't get that one play in the end to get the victory. Each week they always right there and can't get that one play to get the victory each week. But this week they get it. Herbert ain't healthy. Lovey got that defense flying all around. I like the Texans running game. They at home. Chargers, they just a disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. You got blown out on your home turf by Jags last week, and now you better go to Texas. Everybody think they're gonna bounce back against them. No. Tired of the Chargers disappointing me. Texas.
All right. It's on you, Coach. Commanders versus Cowboys.
Who's the quarterback for the Commanders?
Carson Wentz.
Cowboys. That makes this too easy. Carson Wentz can't quarterback. Douglas has to. Come on now. He's wasting time.
All right. Ray, who you got?
I'm going to take Carson Wentz. I'm taking the Cobra Commanders. I ain't got no faith in Cooper Rush. And it's Michael Parsons, dude. I'm still waiting to see ALT. You good, but I'm so sick of hearing all these ALT comparisons, please. Let me see where they at. They probably in Dallas. Are they in Dallas? Yeah. Who cares? I'm not. Cowgirls don't intimidate me at all. I ain't got no faith in them. Commanders, Washington.
I'm gonna roll with Red. I'm gonna roll with Coach rather. I'm going with the Cowboys. I just don't have any faith in Carson Wentz. Plus, they're playing in Jerry World. I think the Cowboys players are playing for Cooper Rush. And I just want to see this QB controversy that may come up. So I want to see it. The more Cooper Rush wins, the more we're going to see if there's truly going to be a QB controversy in Dallas.
Oh, man. Y'all want to see that for real?
I do want to see it because I think Dak Prescott is overrated and has been getting paid a lot of money that he can't live up to. So Cooper Rush, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Hey, ain't nothing like a good soap opera.
All right, on to the next game. Raiders on you, Cardinals versus Panthers.
Cardinals versus Panthers. I'm gonna take Arizona in this for personal reasons, not for real. You already know. If things work out this week, my standings will be exactly where I want them after this week, and that's what I'm thinking about. Both teams about the same to me. They both got pretty solid defenses, but inconsistent offenses. But the Panthers are at home, so I'm gonna take their inconsistent offense at home. No, I mean not Panthers. I'm gonna take Arizona's inconsistent offense to beat the Panthers at home, just so some other stuff can work out for me. But both teams are the same. Arizona lost last week. Panthers won last week. So hopefully it's up and down with both teams. So it's Arizona's turn to win this week. So I'm taking Arizona.
Carolina's played tough games all year long. They haven't lost more than a touchdown in the two losses that they had. They come off a good victory last week against the Saints. I'm going to go with Carolina, even though divisionally, if them losing will help the Atlanta Falcons, and that's what Red was alluding to. I'm going to go with the Panthers. For fantasy reasons, I need Kyler Murray to ball out, but I haven't seen any indication. That's where he is. And I think really the Cardinals are struggling without DeAndre Hopkins. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. So, man, I never thought a receiver would be that valuable to them.
Yeah. Coach, who you got?
Whoa. Let's see. I think I'll go with the Cardinals because in Baker we trust. I don't trust him. Everybody else can, but I don't trust Baker Mayfield. He chokes.
All right. He goes with the Cardinals. Let's see. Patriots versus Packers next game. It's on you, Red.
I got to take Green Bay.
No. It's on me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Coach just went last. Patriots, Packers. Give me the Packers to win in Green Bay. The Patriots don't have their starting QB. He hurt his ankle. He's going to be out for a while. I think Aaron Rodgers will do enough against Bill Belichick's defense to get a W. Who you got, Coach?
Yeah, Belichick retiring after this year, so it's going to be the, what's the name?
Packers.
Packers, yeah. Belichick retiring that bitch. He's over.
Red, what you got?
Patriots backup quarterback is who? Brian Hoyer. Packers quarterback is who? Pete Rogers. Taking the Packers. Let's go.
All right, Coach. Tell us why the Steelers are going to win.
Because the Jets are terrible.
All right, we got the Steelers.
Anything else?
Wilson is coming back to quarterback. This is his first game this year. It's not a good time to be coming back.
All
So
right,
what about those receipts? What about the receipts that Robert Saleh was talking about, Coach?
He's going to burn some of those after this game.
Who you got, Red?
I'm with Coach. Ain't nobody in the world. I don't care if it was Mike White, Joe Flacco, or Zach Wilson. Steelers gonna win this game because they lost last week, and Mike Tomlin gonna have his boys ready to beat the Jets. Okay, and that's just the bottom line to it. Steelers guaranteed 100% win.
All right, I'm gonna make it unanimous. I'm rolling with the Steelers as well. Rolling with the Steelers.
Yeah, I thought he was going with the Jets.
Yeah, I thought Red would upset. Look how you look.
Not at all. On to the next one, Red. It's on you. Broncos versus Raiders.
All right, now look. I think the Broncos are a better team, but I'm taking the Raiders. Raiders, this do or die for you. You don't win this game, it is over. Devontae Adams gonna ask for a trade. Derek Carr, you gonna be pretty much out of there because Josh McDaniels gonna want to bench you. He gonna want to get his own quarterback next season. Raiders, you have got to win this game to avoid so much drama and turmoil that's about to go through your organization, okay? But if you win this week, you can avoid it for a while, but it's coming anyway. But win this week, Raiders, I'm telling you, it's going to be nothing but drama going forward. I'm taking the Raiders in a desperation win at home versus a division rival. You got to win this week, Raiders.
I'm joining you with the Raiders winning this game. Plus, I do not trust the Broncos offense. The way they won that Monday night game or Sunday night game, whichever one they played, was very suspect. They are not clicking on all cylinders. Jerry Jeudy is compromised with injury. So
and Shannon Shaw, too.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders. Who you got, Coach?
I think Russell time to cook this week. I'm going with the Broncos. I think he's going to cook this week. Russell said, hey, he's tired of it. He talked to Sierra. Sierra said, let's go, honey.
Well,
they're going to be in, and they're going to be, huh?
I hope you don't get food poisoning from that cooking.
Well, the thing's going to be in Las Vegas. So, hey, Sierra gets to be on the town, and she's going to have fun. He's going to have fun.
What'd you say, Real? Sierra gonna poison him with the raw goodies, man.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, on to the next one. Browns versus the Falcons. I'm gonna go with the Falcons again, like I did last week. I think they'll show up at home. The Browns are compromised because their top pass rusher will not be playing, so that helps out. Myles Garrett will not be playing, so that helps out the Falcons offense. The Falcons offense has put points on the board. I think the defense will do enough so that the Falcons will leave out of this game 2-2. Coach, who you got?
Falcons, because Myles Garrett is not playing. They already ruled him out, so that takes away from some of that defense. And I'll stop looking at Ben. And if Mariota can get Patterson, who's still dealing with that knee, but he is playing, hopefully he can get them going and they can keep what they were doing. Falcons.
All right, Red, tell us why your Falcons gonna win.
This is a must win. You're going to have the home crowd behind you. This is the game you need to win to show us that you are trying to compete for this season. At home with all of Atlanta behind you, okay? You understand? We are going to be right here, Falcons, right here behind you. You got to come out, and you better not let Nick Chubb come out and run all over us, okay? Now, Rev said the defense will hold them. Rev, I'm praying that the defense hold them, because if they do, I know we're going to win. All I can say, the offense going to put up points. I ain't worried about the offense no more. They're going to put up points. We don't have that statue back there that's going to get sacked on every play. We got mobile people at the right position. We got Patterson running the rock. We got Mariota who's mobile and can move around and throw it. I like the pieces we got. Drake London is turning out. Coach, you was right. Everything you said about Drake London, I appreciate you letting him come to us. I love my Falcons offense. And if the defense just show up and give us a little something, Falcons going to win going away. I know it, and I expect them to win going away. Defense, you better be there tomorrow. Offense, I know you're going to be there. Arthur Smith had the right game plan. Falcons, rise up, baby, so we can be ready for Tampa next week.
All right, on to the next game. Rams versus 49ers. It's on you, Coach.
Jimmy G is back. The Gigolo is back in town, but I think the Rams are still a little upset trying to get back. They want to get back to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna give Rams by a field goal.
All right, Red, who you got?
Look, this is the prime game that the 49ers would win, right? When everybody's thinking Jimmy G ain't no good. The Rams are balling right now, so everybody gonna go against the Niners and pick the Rams. Well, yeah, so am I. But I would be surprised. I would be surprised if the Niners are gonna bounce back from that ugly loss they had last week. But I think the Rams, like Coach, I think the Rams will have one more play more than Jimmy G, and the Rams will probably win by a field goal. But the Niners gonna play them tough now.
I'm making it unanimous. I'm going with the Rams as well. Red, it's on you. Bills versus Ravens.
What? I always get the tough guys to start. Hey, this is probably gonna be the game of the week right here. Boy. Bills let a lot of folks. They let themselves down last week. You had the game. You probably should have won the game in Miami. But man, Lamar Jackson is playing MVP football. His defense is backing him up all the way. They at home. They just playing some good ball right now. And they at home, and Lamar Jackson playing for a contract. Dog it. And that's why I'm taking Buffalo. I gotta take Buffalo to bounce back, man. I like the Ravens, but I think it's all on Lamar in Baltimore. At least Josh got some people to help him out, man. It's all on Lamar and Josh got a little help, and that's why I'm gonna take the more of a complete team than the one-man team. But both teams great, both teams balling. I know the Ravens at home, but I think the Bills will be ready to bounce back from that disappointment last week.
Agreed. I'm going with the Bills. I would be more tempted to take Baltimore if the Bills had not lost last week. So I think they have laser focus. Plus, the Baltimore Ravens offense cannot score with the Buffalo Bills offense. And therefore, when Buffalo keeps putting points on the board, Lamar probably starts pressing. And that's where Baltimore starts losing. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to beat the Ravens. Who you got, Coach?
I'm so glad I ain't got to pick the Ravens this week. Thank you, Lord. I don't have to worry about this. The Bills, I'm picking the Bills. Our Ravens ain't going to do it. Lamar Jackson, they going to chase you around like bill collectors, baby. It's going to be the Bills.
All right, last game, and it's on me. Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. My Chiefs laid an egg last week against the Indianapolis Colts. The Buccaneers are at home. Problem with the Buccaneers, they are injury prone. Tom doesn't have a lot of his receivers still. Mike Evans does come back this week. There's still no Godwin. Nobody knows when Julio's going to play another down. Again, I think the Chiefs will be laser focused. I think they have been counted out by some prognosticators. So I'm going to go with my Chiefs to go into Tampa to win this game. Who you got, Coach?
The Chiefs. Brady still got marital issues, so he ain't gonna focus. The Chiefs gonna win.
Red, tell us why the Bucks are gonna win.
You want me to tell you why the Bucks gonna win? I can't.
I forgot it's a
gonna win.
divisional opponent for the Falcons. I forgot it's a divisional opponent.
Yeah, I definitely need your boy KC and my homeboys to show up this week. Because if they don't, boy, Rev, I'm really gonna be on your boy if they don't show up this week. Because now I need them to win. I need them to bounce back from that awful loss to you know who. Okay, fine, but he ain't in our division. I really need you this week, Pat Mahomes, because this guy is in our division. Now bounce back. Win this game. Stop arguing with Airbnb on the sidelines, okay? Just ignore that crazy fool and just focus on your game, Pat Mahomes, all right? And just come out and beat the Tampa Bay Bucks like you know you can beat them. Like Rev said, this team not even complete. Brady ain't got but one receiver he can depend on. The defense is good, but like I say, Kansas City, your defense, he making plays too now, except for that stupid pass rusher who got the penalty last week. But anyway, all y'all Kansas City Chiefs better be ready to bounce back. The guy who got the penalty, everybody better be ready to take on his injury-depleted Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm rolling with the Chiefs, Rev. I ain't making no stupid picks this year.
All right, that concludes all of the games. We'll be posting those picks tomorrow so you can see who we pick. And feel free to put your picks down as well. All right, we're going to do the praise report, and then we'll finish with who has a right to do what, when, where, and how. So, Red, you on deck. Get ready. It's about that
I'm
time
ready
for our Braves report. Let me get it queued up real quickly. Got this new MacBook. It's not as user friendly as my other one. But here we go. Braves report. Here you go, Red. You on deck.
Boom, boom.
It's game time. It's GT.
Oh, well. What's up, everybody? It is officially time for the Braves report. You know, the one I usually give before halftime early in the show. Yeah, it's late in the day. But I decided to take my hat off, get this fresh cut going. Why'd I do that? I guess my braids must be balling. If Red's showing a fresh cut, you know his braids are playing really fresh right now. Now, it wasn't a perfect week. It could have been a perfect week if it wasn't for Wednesday. Like I said, we had 4 games this week. My Braves went 3-1. Could have went 4-0. Just couldn't find a way to score a game-winning run on Wednesday's game. I mean, could nobody get one little hit? We just needed one hit, one run. But then it probably wouldn't have mattered because the Marlins kind of let the Mets choke in their game too. So both things that I wanted to happen on Wednesday did not happen. The Braves couldn't hold their lead against the Nationals, and the Mets came back and beat the Marlins. Because if those two things had not happened, the Braves would have went into Friday with a 1-game lead in the East. And we all know what happened Friday. Ooh, Mets were feeling so good coming to Truist Park with the 1-game lead, with the ace on the mound, Mr. Jacob DeGrom. And I bet all the New Yorkers were saying, ain't no way we gonna lose tonight. But not with Jake on the mound. Please, against those Braves? No way. Well, Austin Riley said, yes way. Matt Olson said, yes way. And Dansby Swanson just took him right on out the game. 3 home runs, and the Braves said to DeGrom, goodbye. And thankfully, because Max Fried said goodbye long before DeGrom did, I don't know what Max Fried ate last night. I don't know if he ate that pizza that Michael Jordan ate back in the NBA Finals years ago, but Matt Fried was puking up a storm in the dugout. I don't know if he was puking by the players. Then thought he had it all out. Nope, he had some more. Had to run down in the tunnel and puke some more. So I don't know what Max Fried was eating on Wednesday night or Thursday night before the game. But Max, don't stop at that restaurant no more, buddy. But anyway, Max Fried still got the win. Still went 5. Gutted out 5 innings. Okay. So my Braves, we tied with the Mets. 2 games left in this series. 5 games left in the season. It's tied, it's all even, and I'm just saying, go Braves because I got a feeling. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night and tomorrow's gonna be a great day. I just got a feeling my Braves are finna handle their business. Okay, Mitch, you had a 10-game lead, you let us hang around, and now it is judgment time. Okay, judgment time. My Braves got a title to defend, and the Mets, who ain't won the World Series since 1986, please, y'all about to be forgotten about real soon. Because I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a great night for my Braves, and on and on. Like I say, that's the Braves report for this week. 4-1, beating the Mets, 2 games left to play, and like I say, Braves are handling business. So don't let us down, Braves. We right here. And even still, we're gonna make the playoffs regardless. Our title will get defended regardless. Braves, just keep making Atlanta proud, because right now, you all we got.
All right, Coach, anything you want to add to the Braves report?
Steal the game tonight from Scherzer, and you win the division. Simple as that. You steal that one tonight.
So Scherzer going tonight, Coach?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, I thought it was Sunday. Okay, yeah, we beat DeGrom and Scherzer. What'd you say, Real?
They moved everybody up. The Mets moved everybody up.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, yeah, we beat DeGrom and Scherzer back to back.
Well, you know, these next 2 games are actually must-win games so that the Braves can control the tiebreaker, because that's going to be the deciding factor, because right now the Mets own the tiebreaker. So if the Mets win 1, then they're guaranteed to have the tiebreaker.
That's right. That's why we got to sweep them.
Got to sweep them so that the Braves can get the tiebreaker. So these 2 games are the biggest 2 games of the season. So I think, the Braves are in good shape to win tonight. Kyle Wright, he got to show up. Like this is the game that shows if he's truly a good pitcher, because as I've been telling Coach, that 20 wins has been deceiving. There have been plenty of games he's been bounced out of the 5th inning, the 6th inning. Just the last game he pitched, he took a no-hitter into the 6th inning against the Phillies. Then they tattooed him for 2 runs to break up the no-hitter as well as the shutout, and Snit took him out. So that shows you that even Snit has some questions about, the effectiveness of Kyle Wright. So tonight will prove if Kyle Wright is playoff ready, because this is a playoff atmosphere. But as I talked about earlier in the show, Snit, do you care about the Braves fans' health? That's the question I have.
I'm glad I didn't see you last night.
Do you want your fan base to all be treated for high blood pressure, for anxiety? I mean, if you are concerned about the fan base, give Iglesias the ball at the end. Let's stop this foolishness with Kenley Jansen. Give Iglesias the ball. That's all I got.
I'm glad I didn't see it. I heard you guys talking about it. I know when I was at work, I left, it was like, I think it was 5-1 or something. I said, I just knew we had it, but I knew I didn't want to see Kelly come in tonight. And when I got home, I saw all this. Oh, well, the Braves, we finally won it. I know Kelly gave us all. I was like, oh man. So Rev, I just had to go back and just look at the 9th inning stats, and yeah, I saw he struck 2 of them out. But boy, he had the time run up to the plate, 2 on.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
God, well, like I said, I'm glad I didn't see it. I'm glad I didn't see it.
Hit the next batter. Then they got 2 hits off on bases loaded.
And thankfully, he struck the last 2 folks out. But yeah, I know that was just like hard to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, let's get ready to wind up this show, man. You have the right. Who wants that first? Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and piggyback off what you said, Rev. The Braves, you have a right to get this job done without so many high blood pressure situations. Snit, listen to us, dude, okay? If it's a 1-run lead, I would not put Kelly out there at all. At least let us have a multiple run lead if you're gonna put Kelly out there, because if not, just put Iglesias out there, or even I would even put Mensah out there, even though he gave up a home run last night. We trust those guys and their stuff with a run lead more than Kelly Jansen. So Snit, you have a right to stop stressing the Braves fans out while we going through this title defense, okay? So please take Red's advice, Snit, because man, I don't want Braves Nation to get so fed up with you that they asking for your job soon, okay? But Snit, you have a right to get the job done without so many high blood pressure situations and scenarios. Thank you, buddy. That's it.
Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
Mississippi Valley, you have the right to pull a complete upset against FAMU. Stop that laughing. Against FAMU tonight. Then rather than confident, they won a few games and they feeling good after they got blown out at the beginning by Jackson State by 60, almost 50 or 60. So here's your time to get back into the conference standings. You're only down 1, so you can get right back in it with a win over them.
If it was FAMU record, Coach.
They're like 1-3, something like that.
Oh, okay, y'all might get them.
Or something, one of those two, but they not on all cylinders. Jackson beat them worse than they beat us.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna go with Reds. You have the right. Braves, you have the right to show up and show out. Kyle Wright, you have the right to show people that you're gonna have the right stuff on tonight.
That's a good one, Red.
Let's get ready to rumble with the Braves defending their NL East pennant, and then ultimately defending their World Series championship. Let's go Braves. All right, we got a couple of you have the rights coming from Rev 9 Nation. TCU, you have the right to make my Red and Rev Sports Show presidential upset special come true. I saw that they were giving it to Oklahoma earlier in the show. Let's see real quickly. They are up 34-17 against Oklahoma in the second quarter. Ole Miss is up against Kentucky 19-12. Kansas State up against Texas Tech 13-10. Wow.
Oklahoma, pieces of crap. I can't believe I told y'all. I knew I should have went with TCU at home. God.
NFL, you have the right to do right by your players. I don't care how much you're paying them. Sometimes you have to save them from themselves. Good one. That's a good one.
And Oklahoma think they coming to the SEC. You think y'all ready for the SEC, Oklahoma? Oh my God! Just come on over here.
They just fed the SEC. Sorry, Texas, and now Oklahoma don't want to play. What's going on?
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, great show as always. Look forward to being back next week, same time, same Facebook page, and we look forward to Rev Nation joining us. All right.
And Rev, guess what? Next week, Rev, guess what? We'll have NBA basketball to talk about. Woo, Rev, excited. I know Rev get excited.
And guess what, Red?
What's up?
If you're available, I'll be in Atlanta next week so you can take it the Longhorns after the show.
Hey, man. Hey, you might have a good timing, Rev. This might be a week I can do it. So come on, you gonna be here next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Okay, Coach Rev may have to do that one, y'all.
All right, let's do it.
Don't tell our money. I don't want him sneaking to Atlanta.
All right. The VP has slammed down the gavel. The president, Ben Simmons, says still ain't taking a shot. We'll talk about it next week. Everybody have a blessed week. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with your boys on the Red and Red Sports Show. We look forward to next Saturday coming to you. Episode 251 of the Red and Red Sports Show. Be blessed, everybody. Have a good one.